Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oop-a-doo dow.
It's 7 squared.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to Game Night on Thursday, the 19th of December. Hope you're keeping well. Take a drink every time you see a game that needs its video updated. We're going to wake up in casualty if we do that, Topper. They all do now. They've all been, reskinned since then. How y'all doing? You're keeping well, enjoying the Quizmas season. It's time for the 11th game of Quizmas night. Dan, so close to ushering in a new era, but just pipped at the post. You could have had such joy, I know.
What a shame.
Oh, that's the way it goes. Congrats to Sam, and thank you to Colo for all that pack of Battlefront. And here's a message from our sponsor, G-Eisens.
4 years of shenanigans, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, G-Eisens, for the 4-year subscription. Most grateful to you. It's already been that long, bloody hell. Thank you, G-Eisens, for that resubscription. I hope you all are keeping well. Good evening to you all. JR, Shapes, SJ, Mark, Arden Fetz, Fluid Fernando, Suyu, Dragon, Gnarly Quinn, Max Yo, Silver Electron, Arun, AB Me, TVP8, Polska, Astrogari, Puzzle, Dan, Odie, It's Otley, Clive, Topper, Toot, Samster, Not a Cat, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in chat. You're most welcome to be here. You're arriving who's had a bit low in the news. Yeah, I'm fucking dying. Astrogari is what I am. Yeah, So the last sort of 6 weeks or so of work finally seemed to have caught up with me. Yeah, that is my F-bomb. I'm using it already. I'm fucking dying. Finally seemed to have caught up with me, and my plan to destroy my body with food and alcohol for the next 3 weeks have been somewhat waylaid by the fact that my overzealous work attitude has decided to destroy my body in advance of my destroying it with food and alcohol. So... no, I'm not dying. It's a little bit of man flu. Manic Volcanic Geos has come around. Like, welcome to the stream as well. Yeah, so I just spent the... Oh, hello. It's a message from our sponsor, JR.
Have an extra F-bomb on me.
You're very kind. Thank you for the 100 bits, JR, and I will. I fucking will. 10 more fucks if you have a fever. I don't know if it's a... So what it is... No, actually, I have been off the road. I've been on holiday for the last 3 days with my girlfriend, so we've just sort of been hot tub and sauna invested for the last 3 days. But the sort of little log cabiny retreat place I think I mentioned on Saturday. But yeah, so day one I got there, I thought, I'm going to be ill. I know I'm going to be ill. I've overdone it this end of this year. I've really overdone it. Yeah, the 12 fucks of Christmas, indeed. Behave, G.I.s. It's cool. We're not in high school now. Come on. Be cool. Be cool. Yeah, okay, I've done it now. Okay, I just thought I thought I'd just subtly drop it into the conversation and see if, anyone notices. Apparently we're all in high school. Yes, I'm seeing someone. Isn't it fun? And we'll say more about that in the fullness of time. Beads spilt, yeah. Anyway, so I have this thing where when I overdo it, shall we say, I get like really bad mouth ulcers. And I've got 2 on my tongue, 1 on my gums, and 1 on my lip at the moment. And the 2 on my tongue, they're shonky boys. They really are. Yeah, so I'm in a lot of pain there. And just as they settled in, I decided to get this cold that seems to have been going around. So I'm feeling pretty shitty. Not gonna lie, but I'm hoping that a bit of quiz will cheer me up. Colin and Fluffy Body, welcome to the stream. And obviously one of the net results is that talking becomes slightly more difficult. But yeah, I'll show them to you, but don't no one want to see that. But yeah, so yes, beans suitably spilt. I'm seeing someone, have been for the last few weeks, and because we're old people, and we don't live in the same town. She lives still away in Brighton. We've not done that thing that most of my other previous relationships seem to have been at the beginning, which is you just move in straight away. You not move in, but you spend every night around one or t'other's house. So seems to have been my lived experience so far. We've not been able to do that, so we just decided to book a few days away. We'll save the Brighton. Oh, hello, blimey, Dragon. It's a message from our sponsor, Dragon.
Mer Quizmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you for what was that, £9.78, and that's just clocked up on my paper. That's very kind of you, Dragon. Thank you so much for the donation. Most kind. I shall put that towards Christmas shopping, I dare say. Who has the longer hair? Me. Not by much, but me. Thank you for all the kind words everyone is saying as well. Yeah, good thing music quiz tonight would not have been. Can I draw for us in MS Paint? No, I can't draw her in MS Paint. At some point, she may make an appearance, but not just at the moment. But yeah, she's. I'm not going to say this is not where I expected the street to be going tonight. But yeah, we've had a lovely few days away. Yeah, all is well. So we'll save the Spanish Inquisition for another time. We'll save the Spanish Inquisition. We'll save the Spanish Inquisition for another time. Oh, that makes sense, Drag. Well, thank you for your generosity. It's most kind of you. We'll save the Spanish Inquisition for another time. Order in the chat, yeah. Order! All of you just need to calm down. Yeah, so it's been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a pretty traumatic year, all things considered, but things seem to be ending on a more positive note. Not just in the girlfriend department, but in just sort of the work and the streaming and the concerts and the general mental health and fitness and running and walking. Everything is sort of on the up and up. Which is why I, putting on a brave face, even though I'm ill. It's fine because things are positive at the moment. Sooty Cat, welcome to the stream. Some raid messages coming. Hashtag Ben has a girlfriend. Oh my God, are we 12? Are we 12? Are we actually? Thank you for the raid message suggestion. Inquisition. Very good. Yeah, I like all of those 4 that have come in so far. Anyway. I'm not gonna say too much more at this point because she might be watching. I'm not sure she is. I think she's out with a friend tonight. So yeah, I've not spoken to her yet about how much she is or is not happy with me sharing online, and that's completely fine. That's and I at some point will, and if she's happy for me to, then more details will be forthcoming. But yes, that's where I've been this week. So if I've not been online much in Discord, that's why. Ryasu, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. GK, the 12-year-old of Quizmas. You all are very funny. Anyway. We need to play a game. It's the 11th game of Quizmas, which has been written by my Quizmas co-host Topper One Gaming, and there's been some subtle. Well, I'm going to reveal the game first of all. Anyway, what do you think it is? I quizzed a girl that I liked. Oh, these are all really good. These are really good. I'm gonna have to probably not that one. But yeah, that's a highlight for you. What do we think? Blinker for an hour. Looking forward to this. Google that. Red herrings. Fishy. At the back for blind date. Very good. Poor Doc Ven. So I win this one. Quizzing it lovely. Oh, quizzing it just. Hashtag V. Welcome to the stream as well. Nice to have you with us. Bidding War. Ven. Obs Ven. And did you learn not to... What? For anyone so good with that red herrings, not that one. That would be my one with the F-bomb in, and honestly, the one with the horses. What, steeplechase? That'd be fun. At some point, perhaps. Well, I'm going to reveal that Poker Face was lost. So I wasn't able to catch it, but I hear good things happened over on Ash's stream last night with Poker Face. So have to catch up with the VOD of that. So, Marie, welcome to the stream. Let's open the door. The game behind the 11th game of Quizmas today is... the most festive game imaginable. It's The Purge, as written by Topper One Gaming. And lots of fun was sure to be had. Fairly standard Quizmas fare. Fairly standard format coming to you. It is The Purge. As written by Top One Gaming. It's a slightly extended version of The Purge, so there's room for more finalists. There's slightly more questions in the main game. And there's a software change that Topper specifically asked if I could introduce, which I have done. Someone who was a better programmer probably would have baked this into the into it originally. And actually, when I redo the template, it probably will work out like that. But I've had to add a new thing to the model, which... I will. You might be able to pick it up. It's quite subtle, and it's not necessarily signposted what's going on, but we'll see if you can spot. There's one very subtle software change that I've made. See if you can spot what it is. Santa could be purged. Santa could be purged. That would be very sad, wouldn't it, if Santa were purged? Right. It's The Purge, which is the 11th game of Quizmas. It's been written by Topper One Gaming, and it's going to be played through the Universal Controller. So get the app at the ready. Curse 2 can welcome to the stream. Hashtag don't push Santa. Like it. And we'll see if you've got what it takes to survive the purge. Usual Quizmas rules apply. One prize per player across the gamut of the entire Quizmas season, which basically means if you're one of the 10 players who have already won a Quizmas prize on either Mine, Ashes or Topper's Quizmas events, then you won't be eligible to do so, but you can still get the Purge medal, and we'll just defer down the chain. For the avoidance of doubt in this game, if we have to defer, we will go with finalists first. So I think Topper, is it potentially 6 finalists in this? 7 finalists? However many it is. We'll then go in reverse order of purging from the final. So if you get to the final, 6 finalists. Okay, so 6 finalists this time around rather than the standard 5. Yeah, so that will be first priority. So if the last but one player to be purged has won a Quizmas prize and the Quizmas and the actual winner has won a Quizmas prize, we'll just sort of count back as to when you were purged. So we'll be able to work that out as we go for the avoidance of doubt. If we have fewer than 6 in the final, which is possible, and they've all won a Quizmas prize, then we will probably go to highest, most number of questions survived, and then highest score. So we'll look at those metrics on the leaderboard as and when we need that. So, if you're all ready, it is time for a very, very festive Quizmas Purge. Let's roll those tiles. Welcome to The Purge. And JVRS is the code if you want to come and join. I was sending a message. I said girlfriend on stream and everyone went bananas. It's just going to see the reaction that we get from that. JVRS is code if you'll want to come join. DC, CJ Biggs, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you with us. Never purge in reverse. Well, quite. Okay, for some reason, I keep getting these Google Drive notifications that game night is about to start. Somehow it's merged in with my Google Drive calendar, which is slightly irritating, actually. But I totally don't know. I know when game night is. Right, 32 if you're in so far. Room for 75 in this game. 53 in the audience at the moment, so but I'm sure we've just got some spectators there. Oh, JR, you're very kind. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and the sentiment. It's 7:50 up here. The days it comes around, I think, oh shit, I'm streaming tonight, aren't I? Should probably probably get ready for that. Hashtag careful not to do a festive purge. Indeed so. No, I appreciate the love. Say it's been a turbulent year for various reasons, but yeah, things on the up at the moment. Yes, thought I'd just subtly drop that in. So it's not the sort of thing one broadcast necessarily. So I just thought I'll wait for a moment that it comes up naturally in conversation, which it did tonight. Not make a song or dance about it. I just want on the record. You guys made a song and dance about it, not me. Okay. Just. Hashtag just saying. Right. Nobody wants to sit next to Conrad. Like, oh, Conrad, where are you? Are you? That's Dragon, that's Rias, there's Cola. There's Oni, Shapes. Nando. Where are you, Conrad? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you've got Took behind you, and you've got Silver Electron in front of you. That's sweet. Purge the halls of bowels of holly. Nice. Like that. More solid than my usual post. Curry purchase. What? More solid than my... Soft logic. Behave. All of you will behave. Right. Just a little note that we've also got Spotlight coming up as our supplementary game tonight. That'll be coming up a bit later on. A few more packs have come in. There's 3 new packs from Topper came in. There's a new pack from JR has gone in today. So we'll see if any of those come up when we play Spotlight a little bit later on. And of course, just one more stream this season, which is going to be on Saturday for the 14th game of Quizmas, I think. 14th game of Quizmas. Is there 2? I only saw 1 on the... I think there's 2, but you sent them as 2 submissions, JR. I put 1 of them in today. I think I did 1 a week or so ago. Yeah, okay, yeah, so a couple from JR. I know that I put 1 in from JR this afternoon, and I put 3 in from Topper this afternoon, and I think JR's had another one. And I think a couple of other authors have got stuff in recent weeks as well. So yeah, Poison Dart, welcome to the stream. So yeah, do keep those coming in. And yeah, Saturday is going to be the season finale. So 11th game of Quizmas is today. 14th game of Quizmas on Saturday. Crossfire, as written by me, which I really need to write at some point. So that's going to be a job for tomorrow, I feel. And of course, penny prize draw. I haven't yet given much thought to season 17 and what's happening in that regard and when that's starting. Just looking at my diary now. Obviously, I'm off next week. Probably won't be back on the 2nd of January. There's a non-zero chance I'll be here on the 4th, though there's also I might be at a family thing that weekend. I will definitely be back by the 11th, because the 11th of January 2025 will be the 5th birthday of Game Night. It will be 5 years to the day since Season 1, Episode 1, on the 11th of January, which is tentatively, 2025, right? So 5 years of Game Night. I know we had the 400th episode last March, and we had 4 years ago. Well, it's the 11th of January, it's the birthday of Game Night. Obviously, I was streaming for a bit before that, but it didn't become the Game Night styling and branding until 5. So I guess I've been streaming for 5 and a bit years now, 5.5 years maybe. So yeah, something's probably going to happen on the 11th of January, but I don't know what yet. I would like to do a mega stream. However, it's a bit short notice to get it organised and ready for then, and I'm actually not available in the day. I've got plans during the day, so I'm not quite sure exactly what shape that is going to take. But it might be that it is the impetus for a mega stream at some later date. Funny, Conrad Lack. Funny that I very, very nearly posted in the Discord on Tuesday saying, genuinely, would anyone be up for a hot tub stream? Would anyone... an AMA in a hot tub, because I'm in a hot tub. And then we ended up drinking entirely too much wine and Prosecco. Then the moment passed. No, thank you, but thanks for the invitation. Okay, that's fair enough. I appreciate your honesty there, Topper. So I thought about it, but didn't. But yeah, it was an opportunity to do a hot tub stream. Maybe next time. Hot tub quiz machine. Maybe next time. I'll actually plan that in. We'll do a hot tub stream. Anyone who's interested in that sort of thing, you'd see me without a shirt on. Yeah, if you drop the to be honest, I'd probably just like lean it against the wall or something. But yeah, that's something for the future maybe. Anyway. So, yeah, a few dates on the horizon. 5 years of Game Night on January the 11th. Don't know what that's going to be, but I would like to do another big charity stream at some point next year. I'll have said that it would have been fully chaotic behaviour. So, hang on, Ben's in a hot tub. Wait a minute, someone else is in there with him. Whoa, that would have been a chaotic unlawful, probably. Hashtag hot tub quiz at some point. So yeah, so I'm looking ahead to season 17. I imagine it will start on Saturday, the 4th of January. But don't hold me to that yet. It's going to depend as and when I plan the schedule, because obviously I need to get writers together for that, and so on and so forth. So, you know, what's this space basically? Keep your eye on the Discord, which is over there, for more information about that. Right, 36 players in. This pack has been written by Topper One Gaming, and it is time for the Purge, the Quizmas Purge. Let's lock you in. I know it's the escape artist. Okay, anytime entry is available, though you won't get to play in the main part of the game if you join now, but hopefully for everyone else, we're going to have some festive fun. Let's take a look at the questions. Answer the multiple choice questions. If the group fails to stay under the breakpoint, a purge is triggered, in which all incorrect and abstaining players must partake. If a player answers the purge question correctly, they rejoin the game. If not, they are eliminated. Play continues until 25 questions, up from the normal 20. I won't give you the question numbers along the way, so you've sort of got to keep track of, you know, where we are in the game. 25 questions have been answered. 6 purges have taken place, so it's up to 6 purges in this game, or 6 or fewer players remain, whichever occurs first. Not the comfy chair. Surviving players then move on to the final purge. I will also say, in this particular edition of the purge, you haven't necessarily got your fixed, there are 2 answers, then 3, then 4, then 5. There's a random assortment of answers provided by Topper at random intervals as determined by him. Oops, losing the top of the green screen there. Right, if you're ready, let's play. Starting as we always do in this game with the tiebreaker question. This will take the form of a number, and you want to get as close to the number as possible. If you don't give me an answer, then you'll be given int.max value, which is really bad, really bad. So try and get as close to it as possible. If we need this tiebreaker come the end of the game, then we'll come back to it. We may not, but let's find out. For now, give me a numeric answer. Here's your question. If Santa Claus travelled in a straight line from the geographic North Pole to the northernmost point of Poland, how far in kilometres would he travel? Kilometres. There's Brits amongst us who don't know what they are. Well, we're driving anyway. Time. There's Americans. Americans don't know what kilometres are either. We know what kilometres are. We run in kilometres, but we drive in miles. I think tends to be the way. If Santa Claus travelled in a straight line from the geographic North Pole to the northernmost point of Poland, how far in kilometres would he travel? Hashtag as the reindeer flies, indeed so. The correct answer, 3,911 miles. Kilometres, sorry. Shut up, Ben. 3,911 kilometres. Not miles, kilometres. Travel alongside Svalbard through Norway, Sweden, across the Baltic Sea to Jastrzębie Góra beach in Poland. 3,911 kilometres. Hopefully you got pretty close to that. Let me have a quick shifty down the answers. There's a few players who are 3 digits away, which is pretty good. Not seeing anyone any closer than that, so few good guesses in there. Let's go on with the main game. Let's start with the breakpoint being set at 50%. If 50% or more of, if more than 50% of you are incorrect or abstain, abstention is treated as wrong in this game, just to remember, just to remind you, then we'll trigger a purge and everyone who was wrong or abstained gets put into it. If fewer than 50% or exactly 50% are incorrect, then we play on. Let's take a look at our first question. Options are marzipan, or myrrh. In the Bible, which of these was one of the gifts from the 3 wise men to Jesus? I don't know why I said marzipan like marzipan. That's not how you say it, and I know that. Marzipan. You get it on a Bakewell tart, but not in the Bible. The correct answer is, of course, myrrh. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Never heard of him, the baby Jesus. No, myrrh. I think myrrh was the one that was used to for like dead people. You put it on dead people, and then gold was to symbolise kingliness. And behave, Clive. Frankincense because it smelt nice, or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The three wise men, of course, are not... In fact, there's not even named that there's three of them in the Bible. They're just wise men from the East, according to the Gospel of Matthew, I think. But yes, they give them three gifts, and so that's been gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So that's kind of been conflated to the idea that there's three wise men. But the number of wise men is never actually stated. Do the purge questions count towards the 25 question count? No, they do not, JR. No, they do not. But you can still answer them even if you're not in the purge. They count towards pennies, but not your count in the game. It's very important to remember. So if you're not in the purge, you can still answer without any fear of being wrong. Correct answer was myrrh. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. That's good. We avoid that purge, absolutely everyone getting it right. All 36 players going for myrrh. Let's lower the breakpoint down to 40% and we'll go on to question number the next one. Yeah, sea of green, so to speak. It's always good. Question number the next one. Let's take a look. Options are Antananarivo, 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 Batman. What is the capital city of Madagascar? And that's time. Antananarivo, Antananarivo, or Antananarivo Batman. Yeah. The thing I've put in is working, if anyone's able to work out what it is. The correct answer, Antananarivo. Antananarivo. Founded sometime between 1610 and 1625 and has been the capital ever since. Subtle changes, surely deterministic option order. It absolutely is, ABME. Yes, there is now a thing that will allow the writer to determine. I mean, the thing was already there, to be honest. It just the question writing tool doesn't make it easy. So I've actually added in a new field into the model to allow this to happen. But didn't this come from another show recently? Maybe. Either way, the answer is Antananarivo, the capital city of Madagascar. How many were wrong? Breakpoint 40%. Start meter. Oh, hello. Well, good start. After a solid start on the second question, we are going into a purge. No one's going for the Batman answer, but 17 went for Antananarivo. 47%, 53% getting the right answer. So you 19 players will not be in this purge, but for the 17 who were incorrect, I'm afraid you are going to face a purge, and you must get it right if you want to continue in the game. Let's find out who was wrong on that question. Clive, Astrogali, Vertigo, Rios, Marcini, SJ, Colin, Cola, Pyro, Ben, CJ, Silver Electron, Santa Puzzle, Venusaur, Jerry, Conradalak, and Kurstuken. Full answer required, 20 seconds to get it in. If you are incorrect, you will be eliminated from the game. But hopefully you can all give me a correct answer to this first purge question. If you're not in the purge, answer anyway because it is still worth pennies, although you can't be eliminated. But answer for fun and because quiz is what we do. Good luck. Here is the first purge question. Along with China, which other country has a population over 1 billion? Time. Hashtag Batman Madagascar. Along with China, which other country has a population over 1 billion? The correct answer is India. Both have around 1.4 billion people. The UN estimates that India has now overtaken China as the world's most populated country. I'm just going to list of countries by population, just in case on the off chance any of the potential wrong answers have come in might actually be deemed to be correct, and it does not look like it. Let's take a look at and see who was wrong. Colin going Russia. Up there at the back, going for Russia. Silver Electron went for Pakistan, also incorrect, and Santa Puzzle went for Japan. Unfortunately not Russia. 146 million is the estimate I've got here. Pakistan 241 million. And Japan 123 million. The third most populous is the United States, according to the official projection, with 335 million, but just China and India both around 1.4 billion. Oh, sad times indeed. Mr. Vertigo, welcome to the stream, but sad times for Colin, Silver Electron and Santa Puzzle. Do continue to play along with the game, because of course you can still earn pennies and have lots of fun with quiz, but unfortunately it is not going to be a purge victory for you three tonight. Thank you very much for playing, but it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you've been purged. 33 players remain, and the breakpoint gets reset all the way back up to what it started at, plus 10%. So breakpoint now 60%. That's the level that we need to be under in order to avoid triggering a purge. Let's go on to our next question. Let's take a look. Options are Commander Angel, Commander Innkeeper, Commander Shepherd. In the original Mass Effect trilogy, what is the name of the playable character whose gender is decided by the player? Time. And the correct answer? Commander Shepherd. Although depicted as male in promotional material and other media, the player chooses the gender and look of the commander at the start of the game. And a note also from top that the spelling errors are not errors, but Shepherd is not spelt like Shepherd is with the Christmas association, so he's deliberately added extra letters or changed letters in the wrong answers as well. Commander Shepherd was the correct answer. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. No, I know I don't need to read the proof in it. If I've hidden that column, I just remembered it from when I did proof it. I wanted to add in a bit of extra trivia. Start the meter! Okay, not too bad. 6% incorrect. Just 2 players going for Commander Angel. The other 31 go for Commander Shepherd. Lovely stuff. On we go. Drop the breakpoint down to 50%. Still 33 of you in play. And let's take a look at our next question. Options are Tiger, Fox, Wasp, Blobfish. Zorro is Spanish for what animal? Time. Really a nice, easy one. Hola! That's Nando, our resident Spaniard here. I'm hoping he got it right. Correct answer is fox. Yeah, specifically a dog-like foxhound in the forests of South America. Mask of Zorro, of course, is the most famous use of the word Zorro, the Mask of Zorro. There was a line Antonio Banderas says in that film, says, I can't believe that one day I would be standing in the lair of a fox. Zorro, Spanish for fox. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Okay, not too bad for most of us. 3 going for Tiger, 2 for Wasp, 27, 82% for the correct answer. Fox. And we avoid that purge. Let's go on to the next question. Breakpoint being lowered to 40%. Last time we were at 40%, we triggered a purge. Let's see if we can avoid doing it this time as we take a look at the next question. Options are Abraham Lincoln, Louis Philippe, Horatio Nelson, James T. Kirk. Walt Whitman's poem, O Captain, My Captain, was dedicated to who? 5 seconds. Time. O Captain, My Captain. Correct answer. Abraham Lincoln. The poem, written in 1865, is about the death of Abraham Lincoln, along with 3 other poems. Hoping most of us managed to get that one right. Let's find out. Breakpoint is 40%. Let's take a look who was wrong. Start the meter. Oh, hello. And again, 40% is the deadly number, and we have triggered purge number 2. Just 15 players going for Abraham Lincoln, 2 for Louis Philippe, 1 thought it was James T. Kirk. 15 people, so same number as thought Abraham Lincoln, thinking it was Horatio Nelson. And unfortunately, it means we are going to have 18 people in this purge. Let's take a look and see who they are. You never know, Topper. See what happens. Ah, shit, here we go again. It'd be me, JR, Fetz, Vertigo, Marcini, SJ, Flyboy, Nando, Suyo, Shapes, Venus or Jerry, Festive Manic, Conradlac, Dragon, Cash... What? Cash for your anium. Oh, Cash for Uranium, I see. Curse Toucan and Poison Dart. You are all in Purge number 2. Correct answer. Full answer required within 20 seconds. If you're not in the Purge, feel free to answer anyway for extra pennies if you get it right. Good luck. Here is the question. What is the French word for Christmas? And that's time. The correct answer is Noël. Noël, as in Joyeux Noël. And I've been told to accept any answer with Noël, which derives from the Latin natalis, meaning birth. Let's take a look and see who was wrong there. Ooh, a smattering 4 players. Marcini going for Xmas, Venusaur going for Adieu, Festive Manic going for Christmas. No, it does have a different word for it in French, and no answer from Dragon. I'm afraid for you 4. It's a wrong answer at the wrong time. Thank you very much for playing. Would you have accepted Edmund? I could have been persuaded to be honest, but probably not. For you 4, thank you very much for playing, but I'm afraid you have been purged. And then there were 29. 7 players have been purged so far. 29 remain. And we're going to go on with our next question. Breakpoint resets to 70%, so giving you a little bit of a buffer. Let's see if you can make the most of it as we take a look at the options for our next question. Scurvy. Beriberi. Rickets. Which of these conditions is caused by a severe deficiency of vitamin B1, also known as thiamine? And that's time. The correct answer is beriberi, which I must confess is the only one of the 3 I hadn't heard of when I was proofing this, but it's also known as thiamine deficiency, with beriberi being a severe and chronic form. I think scurvy is the one you get if you don't drink enough orange juice, and what pirates used to have, which I guess is a lack of vitamin C. Oh, JR's all over. Scurvy's a lack of C, rickets is a lack of D. Thank you very much, JR. Beriberi was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Stock meter. That's why they're called limeys. Is that right? Well, our breakpoint is 70%. We're getting jolly close. Okay, we've avoided it. 13 getting the correct answer, 11 going for rickets and 3 going for scurvy. 2 players actually abstaining on that one. Remember, abstentions are treated as wrong in this game, so if you've no idea, just press a button, you might be right. We do avoid a Purto, and we go on to the next question, lowering the breakpoint to 60%. And let's take a look at the options, which are the love for 3 snowmen, the love for 3 carols, the love for 3 oranges, the love for 3 maids. What is the English title of a 1921 satirical French opera by Sergei Prokofiev? Not Tchaikovsky. And that's time. Which one could it be? Ah, the Bruta rebooting on you. What a pain, Astrogody. Hopefully you're back with us now. Not Tchaikovsky. Correct answer is, of course, the love for 3 oranges, natively known as L'amour de 3 oranges. Prokofiev wrote the libretto basing on the Italian play of the same name, L'amore delle tre merelance, by Carlo Gozzi. The love for 3 oranges, and always appreciate a Russian composer question sneaking into any questions. So Topper, thank you for that one. Yes, Grofiev's The Love for 3 Oranges. I wrote about this a little bit during my master's degree, way back when. Thank you, Dad Tom. Indeed so. Well, let's find out how many of you were wrong. Breakpoint is 60%. Are we going to breach it? Let's find out. Start the meter. Okay, just over halfway to the breakpoint, but not breaching it. L'amour, not l'amour. Yes, the death of 3 oranges. L'amour, as opposed to l'amour. Apologies if I've butchered the French pronunciation there. 18 players getting the correct answer. 3 going for carols, 1 for snowmen, and 6 for mates. But the plurality, the majority, have saved you from that purge. Let's go on. Lowering the breakpoint to 50%. Let's take a look at the options, which are famine, war, death, conquest, spam emails. Of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the horseman that rides a black horse is commonly associated with what? You probably have heard it from me at Hartley, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, nice cheery topic for Christmas. Of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the horseman that rides a black horse is commonly associated with what? The correct answer is famine. The black horse represents famine, the pale horse represents death, the red horse represents war, and the white horse represents conquest or Christ. And the horseman of spam emails is presumably riding Beric in Steeplechase. Famine was the correct answer. The breakpoint is 50%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Let's start the meter. Oh, dearie me! Just 6 players getting the correct answer. Famine, 5 going for war, 16 going for death. That was the answer that I think people were drawn towards, and 2 going for conquest. We have got purge number 3, gang, and there are going to be a lot of you in it. 18 plus 20, 23 players in this purge. No abstentions on that question. Well, let's find out who you are. And, oh hey, Stimson's Angle, welcome both of you to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Let's take a look. Who was wrong? Awful lot of red chairs there. AB Me, Otley, JR, Fetch, Jack D, Asagali, Vertigo, Rias, SJ, Pyro, Ben, Nando, Suyo, Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, Jerrycon, Radalak, Sean, Clifford, Mark, Cash for Uranium, Mary, Riftmas, Curse Toucan, and Poison Dart. You are all in purge number 3. Full correct answer required if you want to survive. Good luck. Here is your question. What are the first 3 weather-related words of Shakin' Stevens' Merry Christmas, Everyone? Probably to say it probably would have been, but it debugs the incorrect players rather than the rather than the correct players. So, and that is time. What are the first 3 weather-related words of Shakin' Stevens' Merry Christmas, Everyone? Topper, can you check your DMs? I want to. Before I reveal the answer, can you give me a... Yeah, okay, we are of one mind of that. The correct answer... Snow is falling. Snow is falling all around me. This one, I'm fairly sure this came up in something else the other day. Ad, welcome to the streamer, dude. Hope you're keeping well. Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. It's the season for love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's take a look. Snow is falling is the correct answer. Let's see who was wrong. Now, there is one that I went to top with, and I said I'm feeling charitable. It's close enough, it's pretty much 2 out of 3, so I'm going to allow Jack D's answer when I can find him. There he is. We are going to allow that one. Snow has fallen. It's pretty close. We're feeling charitable and festive at the moment, so yeah, that is close enough. Snow on its own is not enough because there was the extra in with the weather-related thing. We did need some reference to what the snow was doing. No answer, snow. Bye. No answer, snow, 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 wind, rain. No answer, and it's snowing outside. All of those, I'm afraid, are incorrect. I think you could probably call that a mondegreen. Yeah, that's probably fair enough. So it would come under the phonetically plausible category. So it does mean Otley, Fetz, Rias, Pyro, Suyu, Jerry, Comradlac, and Mark. No a big Christmas purge for you, but no victory in the Christmas purge. Thank you very much for playing, but it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. So, we've had 3 purges, potentially 3 more purges to go. We've still got more than half the players in the game, 21 still in play, 15 have been eliminated. Breakpoint is being raised back up to 80%, so again, a bit of buffer room for you. Let's see if you can make the most of it as we take a look at the next question. Options are: timber imperfection, hairstyle, wading bird, 5,308.412 miles per hour, or 4,612 knots. What is an Apollo knot? Phonetically plausible. Very nice. And that is time. The correct answer: it's a hairstyle, the Apollo knot. I can find my notes. Yeah, popular in the 19th century, hair is combed into 3 parts, curls on the sides, and a tall knot of hair or braids in the centre. The Apollo knot, I did have a proofing note for this, which I thought was quite interesting, so I'm going to give it to you. Apollo, the god, is said to live to 4,612 years old. Hence, Topper using that number for anyone interested. Yes, the Apollo knot. The joke answer there, 4,612 knots, which for anyone who was across that. Hairstyle, though, is the answer we wanted. Breakpoint's 80%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. So known as looking like a right tit. Or quite. A colleague of mine tied my hair in a top knot the other day. It actually looked quite good. I need to learn how to do it properly. Hello? Hello? Oh no, we've avoided it. You're right. 7 getting hairstyles, 6 for timber imperfection, 5 for wading bird, and 3 players going for our joke answer on the right hand side. So we survived that. 67% incorrect, but 33% getting it right. Let's go on. Now, lowering the breakpoint down to 70% as we take a look at our next question. Options are: Slough, Maidenhead, Reading, Windsor, Junction 8-9 of the M4. William Shakespeare published a comedy play entitled The Merry Wives of where? That's time. I think Junction 8-9 of the M4 is the junction you come off to go to Reading, I think. Is that top to say what a lovely junction it is? I'm fairly sure that's where you come off the M4 if you go into Reading. The correct answer is Windsor. Much as I'd like to see The Merry Wives of Slough, that would be a very different play. Yeah, the full title is Sir John Falstaff and the Merry Wives of Windsor. All of those are near me. Hashtag the Merry Wives of Slough. I like it. Is that your third suggestion, it's Otley? I like that one. That'll probably be your last one if it is your third. Windsor is the correct answer. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Hey! Nice to see. 100% of players getting it right. 21 out of 21. Merry Wives of Maidenhead is just about right through wheat fields, though. Very good. Good old Theresa May. Slough bells ring. Are you listening? Very good. Oh, some good raid messages. You're on form tonight, gangs. You're on form. Some good raid suggestions coming in. Windsor's the correct answer. Let's go back to the game. There's a hong. Breakpoint lowered to 60%. 21 of you still in live play. 15 have been eliminated. As we go on to our next question. Options are Alban W. Barclay, Harry S. Truman, Henry A. Wallace, John N. Garner. Which of these was not a vice president during Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4 terms as president? Time. Which of these was not a vice president during Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4 terms as president? The correct answer: Alban W. Barclay, Garner 1933 to 1941, Wallace 1941 to 1945, Truman January to April 1945. Alban W. Barclay was vice president to Harry S. Truman from 1949 to 1953, but not under Roosevelt. Barclay was the correct answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Breakpoint is 60%. Start the meter. Oh, yes, we have triggered purge number 4. No abstentions there, but only 7 getting Alban W. Barclay, 33%. Yes, 67% incorrect, unfortunately. 4 going for Truman, 4 going for Wallace, and 6 going for Garner. Heard his brother Niles. Very good. Alban W. Barclay was the right answer, so if you got this one right, then you can just sit back and relax. So do answer the question anyway, for bonus pennies, but no pressure. Unfortunately, if you were wrong, you've got to play for your life, and those players are Clive, Jack D, Vertigo, FJ, Simpsons Angle, Ben, Nando, CJ Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, Sean Clifford, Mary Riffmus, Curse Toucan, and Poison Dart. All required to answer this question in full within 20 seconds. The very best of luck to you all. Here is Purge question number 4. In Roman mythology, who was the mother of Cupid? Time. Just going to check some things. What's the other one I wanted to check? That one. Yeah, also not correct. Okay, in Roman mythology, who was the mother of Cupid? Correct answer was Venus. Roman mythology, not the same as Greek mythology. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, sex, fertility, and victory. Cupid's father was Mars. Note Aphrodite is the Greek equivalent. And then there's an extra note that is directed at me. We are in the second half of the Purge question, so I'm inclined not to be generous. Let's find out who was wrong. There were a few Aphrodites in there. Aphrodite. A couple of Eroses as well, also incorrect. And a couple of Dianas, and one player go for Minerva. I am not going to condone it because that was part of the question. We're after Roman mythology, not Greek mythology, so I'm not inclined to accept Aphrodite. It's second half of the Purge questions, Topper. We didn't ask for the equipment. No, I'm sorry. I can't go on that one. I think Amonda Green on Snow is Falling is one thing, but mixing up Greek and Roman, I think that's fundamental to the question, so I'm afraid we can't have that. Unfortunately, yeah, Roman is planets, for future reference. If you ask about Roman mythology, it's normally one of the planets of the solar system. Greek mythology is not. It does mean, sadly, we have to lose SJ, Stinson's Angle, Ben, Fluffy Bunny, Sean Clifford, Cursed Tupin, and Poison Dart from the game. Another 7 players getting eliminated there. Thank you all very much for playing, but it's not to be on this occasion, and you have been purged. We reset the breakpoint to 90%. 14 players still in play. And at this point, they are JR, Clive, Cola, Mr. Vertigo, Toot, ABME, Riff, Nando, Flyboy, Astragali, Oni, Shapes, Arun, and CJ. Let's see if they can continue to be in live play as we go to our next question. Options are the Magic Carousel, the Magic Merry-Go-Round, the Magic Roundabout, the Magic Spinny Thing. Dougal, Zebedee, and Ermentrude were characters from which televised children's programme that ran from 1965 to 1977? And that's time. The Magic Spin-Star. Very good. The correct answer is, of course, the Magic Roundabout. Apparently, it used footage from the French show Le Ménage Enchanté, but changed the script and the characters. I think Power Rangers did something like that with the action scenes. It was, I don't know why someone told me it was all Japanese actors, and then they just dubbed it in American, possibly. That might be wrong. Excuse me. Magic Roundabout was the correct answer. Breakpoint's 90%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Not too bad. Just 2 players incorrect going for the Magic Carousel. The other 12 going for the Magic Roundabout. The person who did the English script was Eric Thompson, father of Emma. Really? Well, that I didn't know. That's where she gets her writing credentials from. Obviously runs in the family. Magic Roundabout was the correct answer. 12 players getting that one right. Let's go on. Breakpoint lowered to 80%. And here's another question. Options are Bird, HMS Amethyst, Southern Cross, the colour green, Christmas Island. Which of these cannot be found on the flag of Christmas Island? Time. The correct answer is the HMS Amethyst. For those of you who are interested, open image in new tab. It looks like that. So just to go through what is on there, it's a blue and green diagonal bicolour. The Southern Cross in the lower left corner. So that's the Southern Cross right there. Golden Bosun Bird, Bosun Bird in the top right corner. Shape of the island in the centre on a gold circle. The HMS Amethyst was one of the first ships that visited and explored the island in 1857. But it does not feature on the flag, as you can see. HMS Amethyst was the correct answer. The breakpoint is 80%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Let's start the meter. Flag of side to Zealand. Welcome to Stream Pokernuts. Hope you're keeping well. And oh, hello. Oh dear, we have triggered purge number 5. Just one player getting it right. Everyone else is going to be in a purge. Really splitting the room there. 7 players going for Christmas Island itself. No, it does feature on its own flag. 3 going for the colour green, 1 for the Southern Cross, and 2 for Bird. A really deep vexillology question there, but there's one player who is not going to be in purge number 5. Let's find out who they are. It's Flyboy. who is not in the pit. So Flyboy, you can just sit back and relax, or they do answer the question as well if you'd like to try and earn some pennies. AV Meat, JR, Clive, Jack, Astrogali, or Jack D, sorry, Astrogali, Vertigo, Cola, Nando, CJ, Shapes, Cash for Uranium, Merry Riffmas, and Toot. You are all in. Purge number 5, full answer required within 20 seconds if you want to stay in the game. Good luck. Here is Purge question number 5. The genioglossus muscle is responsible for the movement of which part of the body? And Flyboy, welcome to the stream. Time. The correct answer is the tongue. Fan-shaped muscle and the main muscle responsible for sticking out the tongue. It's called the genioglossus. Very well done. If you got that, let's find out who was right and who is going home. 4 incorrect answers in there. A couple of legs from AB Me and CJ. Vertigo go for a neck. Astrogali going for throat. Pretty close for throat, but I don't responsible for the movement of which part of the body. No, the throat doesn't really move, so I don't think I can have that. Likewise, it's not responsible for the neck move. The neck has got its own series of muscles. It's really responsible for the tongue. I don't think we can allow throat. I'm glad you are in agreement with me there, Astrogali. Shame, good answer, but unfortunately, it's not going to fly. You 4, AB Me, Astrogali, Vertigo, CJ Binks, good hustle up to here. But unfortunately, it's not to be. Thank you for playing, but you have been purged. Okay, breakpoint resets to the very rare position of 100%. We've still got 10 players in live play. Remember, we've got room for 6 in this final, and 1 more potential purge question to go through. Still quite a few questions in the main game. We may or may not get through them all. In fact, I'm not sure if it's mathematically possible to get through them all at this point, but let's see how far we can get as we go to our next question. Options are soda, friends, jelly, rainbow. Which of these words does not appear in the title of a sequel to the mobile game Candy Crush Saga? Pirate Pygmy, welcome to the stream. And that's time. And the correct answer is rainbow. There have been 3 sequels to Candy Crush Saga, which came out in 2012, Candy Crush Soda Saga 2014, Candy Crush Jelly Saga in 2015, and Candy Crush Friends Saga in 2018. As of right now, there is not a Candy Crush Rainbow Saga. Breakpoint is 100%, so all of you, in fact, it would have to be more than 100%, so we're not going to trigger a purge this time, but let's see how many of you were wrong anyway. Start the meter. Oh my god. Yes, more than all of you would have to be wrong in order to trigger a purge here. Thank you, Jeff. Turn around again. And we've avoided... Oh, 9 of you were wrong. 6 going for jelly and 3 for friends. No one for soda. Just 1 player getting the correct answer, rainbow there. But we avoid a purge. If we do that again, we'll still avoid a purge because it has to be more than 90%. So you've got a very convenient number with 10 players. It means that we have to, if exactly the right number to hit the breakpoint, get the question wrong, then we don't trigger it. It has to go beyond the breakpoint. So we get to minus 10% limit. It has in the past. It's gone to 110% breakpoint in the past because I didn't, rather foolishly, haven't put a cap on 100%, which I probably should do. It would probably be 1 line of code to do that, but there we go. Well done. We move on. Lower the breakpoint to 90% and take a look at our next question. Options are true, lie, it was someone else, lie, it was only 1 series. Angus Deaton hosted the first 2 series of the British panel show Would I Lie to You? And that's time. It is, in fact, Pudding. True. Yes. Angus Deaton presented the first 2 series in 2007 and 2008. Rob Brydon has hosted it since, with Series 18 airing this winter. Rip Angus Deaton. Angus Deaton hasn't died, has he? Angus Deaton's still alive. Don't say things like that. My trader, welcome to the stream. Made me think. So I think someone put Rip Chris Tarrant the other day, and I had to Google it. Yeah, don't... I mean, his career died, but it's not the same thing, is it? Yeah. I have to... The subtext is lost on me. Invitation to rip him. Yeah, well, yeah, I know his career certainly died after News of the World got hold of him. Anyway, that was true. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Breakpoint is 90%. Let's find out. Start the meter. That poor bird, yeah, I remember that. We avoid it. Just 5 of you going wrong. 5 going for it was only 1 series, and 5 going for true. 50% exactly wrong. We move on. Lowering the breakpoint to 80%. Still 10 of you in live play. And let's take a look at the options for the next question. Dillmount, Flannery, Van Hosmere, Lathbury. What is Millie's surname in the stage musical Thoroughly Modern Millie? I think Harper's Crease. Time. Correct answer is Dillmount. Millie Dillmount. Other characters include Muzzy Van Hosmere and Miss Peg Flannery. No character has the surname Lathbury. That is, of course, my surname, and I am not a character from Thoroughly Modern Millie. Breakpoint is 80%. How many of you were wrong? Let's find out. Stop the meter. I am a character, though. It's very true. I play an amplified version of myself. Oh, hello. I don't think this is gonna be good news. Indeed, it's not. 100% of you were wrong. 6 going for Flannery, 4 for Van Hosmere. And all 10 of you are in the 6th purge, the last purge of the main game. Anne Widdecombe is a character in the sense that she should be fictional. Yeah, when you're on stream, you play an amplified version of yourself. I'm sure Ash and Topper would relate to that. You're playing yourself, but it's a you know, forward-facing version of yourself. Well, I think we know what that means. 100% of you are wrong. You're all going to go red. Now, there's room for 6 people in the final, but if more than 4 of you are eliminated, we will take what we've got. If fewer than 4 of you are eliminated, then we will come down to a question count to see who gets to be in the final. If we have tie, then we will use that tiebreaker that we had right at the start of the game. Let's see if hopefully at least 6 of you can get this one right. Maybe exactly 6, but let's see what you make of it. Good luck. Here is the 6th purge question. The Ishihara test is used to detect what? Time. The correct answer is colour blindness. It's that circle of random circles with a number just visible for those with normal vision and the wrong number or no number if they have red-green colour blindness. The Quizmas game to cash is... I think does it bring people back now? I can't remember. It might just end the game. But yeah, I've been explicitly told here to accept anything relating to colour blindness, colour vision, but not to just accept vision on its own. It needs to specifically be with reference to colour. So there are a couple I think I need to condone. Let's check who was right and who was wrong. JR going poison, Jack T going earthquakes, Flyboy going acidity, Cola saying colour blind without a space. We can allow that, making you a 7th player through. Does mean we have 7, which means one of you is going to be very disappointed at this point because I've only got room for 6 in the final. But before all of that, JR, Flyboy, and Jack D, unfortunately, you've just tripped at the final hurdle. Thank you very much for playing. But you have been purged. So despite still having 7 players in live play, we have got to eliminate one of them by default because we have had all 6 of our purged questions. That was after 16 questions in the main game, so there are another 10 questions there that Topper may be able to repurpose in a future game. But one of you, of the remaining 7 players, Nando, Riff, Shapes, Toot, Cola, Clive, and Oni, one of you is about to be eliminated. Once we've determined who that is, I will then do a rundown and see who has won Quizmas prizes and who has not. I think, if memory serves, Oni and Toot have, but I will go and Shapes as well, but I will go and check the record in just a moment. Or Topper could possibly DM me who has already won a Quizmas prize, but let's find out who's going out, and it is going to be Shapes on this occasion. Final reckoning of the scores. Toot with 13, Cola with 11, Nando with 9, Cash for Uranium, I'm guessing that's Oni, and Clive and Merry Riffmas all on 9. Your order in the final... So it's 4 of you on 9. Nando, Cash for Uranium, Clive and Merry Riffmas. Your order in the final will be determined by your tie breaks. So Nando will have priority, as it was... Nando was 211 away. Then Cash for Uranium on 1211 away. Then Clive 3,211 away. And then Merry Riffmas 6,089 away in the tie break. Toot will determine the play order as the player with the most number of points. And Colo has 11. Riff, welcome to the stream. And that's fine, Riff. No problem at all. In case you're muted, there's a heart for you. Thank you for playing in silence, Riff. I hope you're keeping well. And just to let you know, this just in from Topper, thank you very much for this information. Toot and Oni have won prizes before everybody else is eligible. So Toot and Cash for Uranium will not be able to win the Quizmas prize, but the other 4 players will. Let's just take a look at the results leaderboard. We won't need to defer to this any further because we have got non-prize winning finalists. But those are your questions correct and your purges survived. So obviously orders it by how many purges you survive first and then the number of questions afterwards. I think Toot with the lead either way with 13 questions correct. Quite a few 10s in there. Colo's got an 11 as well. Yeah, good scores, and we'll convert those into pennies a little bit later on. For now, though, we have got our 6 finalists. Nando, Merry Riffmas, Toot, Cola, Clive, and Cash for Uranium. For 4 of you, a chance to win a fabulous Quizmas prize. And for all 6 of you, the opportunity to be our Purge survivalist. It's time for the final Purge. Quick recap of the rules, and it is indeed a stack lineup, it really is. Quick recap of the rules for you. In turn, you will be shown half a question. Based on that half a question, you have to choose whether to play it or pass it. You will obviously then see the full question. And these are simple question formats, no multiple choice. If you choose to play it and you are correct, then you get to eliminate another player of your choice. If you pass it to another player and they are incorrect, they are eliminated. However, if you play it and you're wrong, or you pass it and they are right, then you eliminate yourself from the game. We will go either in points order, either from highest to lowest or lowest to highest. That's going to be determined by Toot in just a moment, whether or not he's going to play first or last. And a quick word of warning to all 6 finalists: the order that you are appearing on the screen right now on the broadcast may not be the same order that the players appear on the app. So there'll be a button to select pass to and then play a name. For what it's worth, Cash for Uranium is Oni, okay? I think everyone else has a fairly recognisable name. But Cash for Uranium is Oni. But bear in mind, if you're just going on autopilot by looking at the broadcast, the order on the app might not be the same. So do just double check if you are going to pass. Those are the rules. And Toot, you were leading the main game. Are you going first or last? Toot's going first, leading the way into the fray. So next thing that will happen, that's my strategy. Just in the interest of fairness, Oni, come on, you've got to be even playing field. So, Toot, you're going to be shown half a question. Based on that half a question, you need to choose whether to play or pass. And if you're passing, make sure you press the right player that you want to pass it to. All players in the final, by the way, can answer all questions without penalty. It's just worth extra pennies at the end of the game, even if you're not in control. Toot, very best of luck. Based on half a question, decide whether you want to play or pass. Half a question for you then is: in the film Home Alone, Toot, playing a film question. Who'd have thought it? Toot, very best of luck. You are playing this question. If you get it right, you can choose to eliminate another player of your choice. Here is that question in full. In the film Home Alone, to which city are the McAllister family going for Christmas vacation? And that is time. The correct answer, and Toot's response, is Paris. They're flying from Chicago to Paris, but they leave Kevin behind. It's the sequel film where Kevin ends up getting on the wrong flight and ends up in New York, while the rest of the family end up in Florida. But in the original, they were flying from Chicago to Paris. It is a correct answer, Toot, so please choose somebody to eliminate. A reminder, Oni has already won a Quizmas prize, as have you, so it's up to you how you want to play this. Who is going home? It is going to be cash for uranium. So, one of the players who has won a Quizmas prize, Oni, so you couldn't have won a prize anyway, but unfortunately you're not going to get... Kill me, I'm inconsequential. That's a nice way of thinking about it, Oni. You have been chosen for purging. Unfortunately, you didn't get your own question in this final, but great hustle all the same. Thank you for playing, Oni, but I'm afraid you have been purged. On with the game then, and Cola. Based on half question, decide whether you want to play or pass. And if you're passing, double check who you are passing it to. Here's half question. What is the official currency of... play or pass? Cola having a little bit of a think. And passing it to Riff. Cola not going to take it on himself, so this is between Cola and Riff. Riff, if you get this question right, then Cola will be eliminated. If you are wrong, then you will eliminate yourself. Here's that question in full. Good luck, Riff. Here it is. What is the official currency of Greenland? Riff locking in, and that is time. The correct answer and Riff's response: it's the krone, or the Danish krone, or possibly crown might be how it's pronounced, due to them being a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. They don't use the euro in Denmark, apparently. They still use the krone, or the kroner. Crowns, Danish crowns, DKK, crown, Danish crown, krone, all accepted there. Unfortunately, it is not a correct answer. Bash, welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Not a correct answer, I'm afraid, Riff. It's a good pass from Colo. Thank you for playing, Riff, but I'm afraid you have been purged. And then there were four. Nando stepping into the void next. Based on half question, are you going to play or pass? Take a look. Which song was the UK Christmas #1? Passing it to Cola. So Toots sitting quietly over on the side, knowing that he can't win the cash, but could get another Purge trophy in his cabinet. But this one is between Nando and Cola. Cola, you avoided your last question, but you're going to have to face this one. If you get it right, you eliminate Nando. If you get it wrong, then I'm afraid it will be you who's going home. Very best of luck, Cola. Here is that question in full. Which song was the UK Christmas #1 in both 1975 and 1991? The latter a result of the death of the band's lead singer. Cola's locked in. And that's time. Didn't see a response coming in from Nando there. Nando, did you know that one? Did you know that one, Nando? Not a Scooby. That's probably why he didn't take a guess. So, thinking it was probably wise to pass that question if you didn't know, but was it the right person to pass it to? The correct answer and Cola's response: Bohemian Rhapsody was the correct answer, and it's exactly what Cola said. Toot also got that one right. I can say that Clive got that one wrong. So had you passed it to Clive, you may have been surviving, Nando, but unfortunately it was a bad pass. Cola getting it right, and I'm afraid, Nando, you have been purged. Clive steps up next, based on half a question, deciding to play or pass. And Clive, here is half a question for you. In the Batman comics, and Clive taking it on himself. Right, give me a moment. Typing your names into the medal cabinets. Clive has got 1 purged gold. Cola has got 2 purge golds. Toot has got 5 purge golds. Just gonna lightly sprinkle some statistics on things. Toot can't get the Quizmas prize. Cola and Clive can. So if Clive gets this one wrong, it's academic because he's eliminating himself anyway. If Clive gets this one right and has to choose who he's eliminating, well, that will be interesting. Clive, in the Batman comics, that question in full. Good luck. I want cash. Well, let's see if we can make that happen for you. Here is that question in full. In the Batman comics, Harvey Dent is the alter ego of which Batman enemy? Clive answering it right quick. And that is time. The correct answer and Clive's response, I can say, both Cola and Toot got this one right. The correct answer is Two-Face, Harvey Two-Face, as played by Aaron Eckhart in the film The Dark Knight in 2008. Previously a district attorney, half of his face was scarred from acid, causing him to go insane and make decisions on the flip of a coin. And on the Bohemian Rhapsody question, the death of the lead singer Freddie Mercury happened in November 1991. It is a correct answer, Clive. If you want the cash, it's Cola who's going to have to be chopped. If you want to deprive Toot of a 6th purge win, then you can choose him. The decision is yours. Who's going home, Clive? Pay me, Daddy, he says. And Cola tripping at the last hurdle. Unfortunately, this is not going to be your Quizmas bonus game, but coming in 3rd place there. Heavens to Murgatroyd. It's a purge from Clive. Thank you very much for playing Cola, but I'm afraid you have been purged. And so we're down to 2. And Toot, we come back around to you. Final half a question is for you, play or pass. Which metallic chemical element? And Toot's choosing to play it. Why is there a bar at the beginning of that? I don't know why there's a bar. It might even be an I witch. Let me look at the pack. I'll look at the data afterwards, find out what's going on there. It's witch, anyway. Yeah, possibly, Astrogod. I've also heard that 6 consecutive sneezes is the equivalent to an orgasm. The most I've ever had in my life is 4. So, who knows. Anyway, that question in full for you too. Good luck. Which metallic chemical element has a name deriving from the ancient Greek word for smell? And that is time. Toot getting an answer in quite late. 17.5 seconds it took him. Hashtag 7 sneezes to an orgasm. That's what I've heard. The correct answer in Toot's response. Osmium. Osmium, named by Smithson Tennant because it had a chlorine and garlic-like smell. I have to say, Clive answered pretty quick on that, but went for sulphur, which does smell, but does not come from the Latin for smell. That is phonetically plausible. I know, Sam's saying do not accept. It's phonetically plausible. And I do have to give that to Toot. Very well played, and they that passes the sentence must swing the sword. So I think, Toot, I think you still need to press a button at this point. Yeah, you do. You've got to do it. You've got to do it, Toot. There he goes, Clive. Bad luck. It's not going to be a second medal for you, but you do get that Quizmas consolation prize. Thank you very much for playing, but I'm afraid you have been purged. Hashtag 7 sneezes to an orgasm. Which means, as Jerry Harris, welcome to the stream, great to have you here, which means after 6 final purged questions, 1 player has emerged victorious. Congratulations to Toot! You have survived the purge. Well done indeed, Toot, winning his, I believe, his second game of Quizmas. Is that the first deferral we've had? Is that? I missed a couple of recent streams, but was that a deferral? Is it the first deferral? But it is to Clive of Legend where that deferral goes. So congratulations to Clive. I will be in touch with you. £10 Amazon, Steam, or PayPal at your preference, which will be winging its way over to you shortly. I'm aware I haven't paid people from last week yet, because maybe because of being away. But I will get on those hopefully tomorrow. But Toot gets his 6th medal in his cabinet. Let's take a look at the final scores on the doors. Hopefully these translate into pennies. Number of questions correct and purges survived. That number might be different from previously because I think it's now counting all questions. Because of course your purge questions don't count towards your ability to get into the final, but they do count towards pennies. So hopefully it's actually telling you on your devices, or it might do when the credits roll in just a moment, how many pennies you won for that game. But a great performance from Toot. Can I extend my thanks to Topple One Gaming for a lovely festive Quizmas pack for the 11th game of Quizmas right there. Really, really good fun. And as he's remarked in the chat, he's already 45% finished on his next Purge pack. Although you might have to put it into a new format because this is the question writing template for the Purge is moving up the priority list in terms of shit I need to get sorted for next season. Because the game is just so... There's such a... It's not fundamental changes, but just the template just doesn't work with N number of questions and X number of answers per question. So yeah, it's something I need to do just so that we can utilise the new software to its full capacity. That is going to be it from the Quizmas game, but supplementary spotlight coming up after the break. If you're not subscribed, you'll see some adverts. But we won't start the next game without you. So, yeah, do go stretch your legs, get yourselves another drink. I'm going to put some more gas in my vape pen. Suppository spotlight. Yeah, no, supplementary rather than suppository. Slightly different meaning. But yeah, if you want to stick around for some spotlights, like I say, if you're not subbed, you'll see some adverts, but everyone else will get some nice Christmas jazz, which will be fun. Thanks again to Topper for writing those questions, and congratulations to Clive on your Quizmas prize, but most of all to Toot, because you have survived the Purge. See you in a minute. And even more trivia coming up after the break. There may or may not be Christmas trivia in it, because it's Spotlight, which is a pseudo-database game with contributions from lots of members of the community. If you want to stick around for that, that's going to be coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. In the interim, go grab yourselves a drink, go stretch your legs, get yourself some more snacks, and I will see you on the other side of the adverts for some supplementary Spotlight. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Yeah, I forgot to do a bonus. Whoops. But yeah, one up there now for 269 pennies. Nice. Yeah. Let me mute that. There we go. Right. Prey, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. And yeah, it's not spontaneous spotlight time. What's coming up? You know what's coming up. There's Quizmas. Quizmas tomorrow with Ash, and then Quizmas on Saturday with me, and then Quizmas on Sunday with Topper. Go and do follow. Hashtag go and do follow. Shout out Ash for tomorrow, and so Topper 1 Gaming. I'm going to do them the other way around on Saturday. Oh god, I'm going to sneeze again, aren't I? Give me a minute. Go and do a heckin' follow if you're not already, for even more festive fun. I couldn't have sounded less festive fun in that moment right there. Say fuck. I'm going to do a heckin' follow. Fuck. Yeah, anyway, season 16 is coming to a close. Season finale on Saturday. Not big song and dance, because Quizmas is all a big song and dance anyway. So, dubiously festive continuity. Nice. Yeah, so I'm here Saturday, penny prize draw. Season 17, I think in my head I'm planning on starting it on the 4th of January. But it's going to be pending how quickly I can pull my finger out and find out writers for next season, because obviously that takes a while to put the schedule together and then put out the request for writers and then assign writers. And then obviously the writers have to do the writing and they have to come back in. And obviously the, what did I just say, 5th of January is 2 weeks on Saturday. And normally writers have a 2-week deadline to get their packs in. So either writers have to be, you know, writing in a rush, or so I'm aiming for that, but we'll see. 11th of January is the 5-year anniversary of Game Night, so that'll be a thing to look forward to. But Cisco, thank you, JR. That's very cool. You volunteered this tribute, I appreciate that. And just on the other, yeah, so people might have a bit of free time over the next couple of weeks. So if I'm hoping to do it before people go on break for the holidays, so if they maybe find themselves with a few minutes spare during the Christmas holidays, they might want to do some writing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm aiming for the 4th of January, but we'll see what. So just a week off for me before season 17 hits the ground running. But we'll definitely be back by the 11th of January, because that's going to be the 5-year anniversary of Game Night. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing for it yet. It won't be an all-day stream because I'm actually out in the day, but we'll see. Anyway, it is time for some planned spotlight, scheduled spotlight indeed, as opposed to spontaneous. Start on the second because the thrifters are on television. Oh, are they? Are they doing a I think I probably knew that, actually. I have a feeling I knew that. Did I know that? If I knew that, I'm going to pretend I didn't know that. The thrifters are on telly on the 2nd of January. How excited. I wouldn't be streaming on the 2nd of January anyway, because the 2nd of January is Thursday? When's New Year's Day? New Year's Day is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, 2nd of January is the Thursday. So I won't be streaming then anyway. I wouldn't have thought. I like to start the season on a Saturday. Yeah, 2nd of January. Hashtag 2nd of January is Thursday. Right, scheduled spotlight. You will need the Universal Controller to play this game, so go and refresh your devices if you haven't done so already. And we'll get on with the quiz, as someone from some quiz TV show, probably called The Thrifters, once said. Shit! I pressed the button too soon. My finger slipped off the button. So I'm going to do that again so that we can see the beautiful titles as well as hear the music. It's time for Spotlight. Welcome to Spotlight. And join at the on the Universal Controller with the ring code WK if you'd like to come and play. No Quizmas prize available for this game, but gold, silver and bronze medals for the highest scoring players in the lobby game, and of course a chance to battle at the Spotlight leaderboard. Spotlight leaderboard opportunity will be given to the player who scores the most answers whilst in the Spotlight. They'll be invited back for the final pass of 10 questions. According to my notes here, my debug notes, we have got 28 unused packs with 15 distinct authors, which means we've got enough questions for 2 more games of Spotlight, including this one. We need 2 more packs, and then that'll be a 3rd game, so do keep that trivia trickling in. Apparently we've got 51 used packs. How we've got 51 used packs, I'm not quite sure, because this game works in multiples of 10 packs, but maybe there was one got used by accident or something, or I don't even know. Don't know. But anyway, come join the game if you'd like to come and play Spotlight. All controlled through the app. For those of you who haven't played before, it's sort of niche knowledge. You get 3 questions on a relatively niche subject, 1 easy, 1 medium, 1 hard, not necessarily in that order. And you've got to stay in the Spotlight. Takes inspiration from 500 questions, insofar as if you get any 2 out of 3 incorrect, you are eliminated from the Spotlight. You can get up to a maximum of 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the Spotlight before you are forcibly ejected from the Spotlight. So if you're forcibly ejected after getting 12, then it means you've done quite well. And then of the rotation of players that get put into the Spotlight, the one who scored highest at the end of the pass of 10 packs of 3 will come back for the final Spotlight, where we'll take 1 additional question from each of the packs that we played in the main game. So there's 30 questions in the main game, 10 lots of 3, and then 1 of each of those categories in the final for a 40 question game. And no, it's 10 packs. We decided it used to be random number of packs, or I can change it to be any number of packs, but just in the interest of being consistent with the leaderboard, I think we decided 10 was a good number. Though of course, if we end up in a situation where I've only got like 8 packs to use, then it might be we'll just have 8 packs. I can adjust it on the fly, but the default is 10. It used to have to end when we'd hit a certain number. There was a minimum number of packs, and then it ended once a player was eliminated on a last question. But that led to the potential where you never end, potentially. So it is now a fixed number of packs, but has got the flexibility to do any number, or a minimum number, or a maximum number. Use total isn't a multiple of 10 is what. Oh, the fact that actually, yeah, possibly. I think the first one was the first one 11. I think the first, yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. The old school one was 8, yeah, and you played any 6 of 8, yeah. Whereas now it's you always got a choice of 4 with the option to swap one of them. But we always played 10, but they keep recycling, which is a really nice, neat feature about this new software, I have to say, which I do quite like. But yeah, it used to be choose 6 from 8. Now it's 10, and I think that's right. I think the first time we played, Nando was in the Spotlight, and he got 11. We went through 11 packs, so he had 11 questions in the final, but it didn't affect the leaderboard in any way because he got the 11th question wrong, I think, so his score is consistent with the rest of it. Right, anytime entry is available, so if anybody does want to come and join in halfway through, once you've seen what it's all about, you're welcome to do that. And hello, Zeus, welcome into the game, just in the nick of time. Let's start the game. And as ever, we're going to start the game by putting a player into the Spotlight. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Cola, you are first into the Spotlight. Press the button to confirm you're here, or say in chat if you don't want to, and I can pick someone else. I know you've done that in the past, but I will leave the decision to you. There is no button to reject it, but I can't pass it on. Indeed, we will. Let's find a different player. Praise His Holiness, Otley. Press the button to let us know you're here, and we'll put you in the Spotlight. But welcome on in all the same, Cola. I hope you keep it well. Well, we've got Otley, His Eminence, but not His Holiness, but his Otliness. Welcome. It's divine intervention. It is a bit. Welcome to the Spotlight Otley. You are first player here. If you get 2 out of 3 incorrect, then you'll be eliminated, but you can try and get 12 questions. Let's see how you get on as we go to the category board for the first time this game. And your 4 categories to choose from. You've got 1 swap. You can swap once. After that, you must pick one of the ones that's there. But if you really don't like any of the categories up here, you can choose to swap one of them away. Your options, Otley, are Doctor Who, When the Doctor Met the Doctor by the Lupine One. Special guests on Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Now Cut That Out. The Pits by Cola Cola. Have we seen that before? I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu. I know we've seen it as an option, but I don't know if it's ever been picked. Or may have been a test game. Because I had a funny feeling about the Doctor Who one as well. Allow unused packs is true. Allow used packs is false. It's still never been picked. Okay, fine. A lot of repeats, but haven't been picked. It's really the other reason it's difficult for me is because obviously I proof all the questions as they go in. Done a different Doctor Who in the past. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, it's because I've seen the names up there, but don't know if they've been picked. But because I've proofed them all, I sort of have a vague recollection of the questions. So it's like, have I seen this or have I just proofread it? So anyway, let's assume that my software is working. Cast members from Channel 4's Cheap... Oh. Okay, well that's unusual. Cast members from Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Run Aromatics, or special guests on Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Now Cut That Out. Well, that is something that I hadn't caught, hadn't anticipated happening. I thought there was a bug there. We just got the same category, but no, there's just 2 very similar categories by 2 independent writers. Good day if you really like Cheap, Cheap, Cheap. Hashtag Cheap, 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 Cheap. Indeed so. Well, we've gone for Doctor Who, When the Doctor Met the Doctor. Of course, swaps are available, so we may or may not see those categories in play. But starting with the Doctor Who question, Lupine is not in the game, so but we'll get 100 bonus pennies anyway. Was it 50 pennies? I can't remember. Get some pennies. And if you are in the game and your question pack gets picked, you get 3 free points, but you won't be able to answer. Otley, here's your first question on Doctor Who, When the Doctor Met the Doctor. In the 1985 adventure The Two Doctors, the 6th Doctor encounters which of his past incarnations? Is it the 3rd Doctor, the 2nd Doctor, or the 1st Doctor? 10 seconds. Zeus, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping all well. That's time. The correct answer? It's the 2nd Doctor, and I don't have any trivia, so I think this is from Legacy Spotlight, possibly, so I have no further information to garner you with. 38% were correct, I beg your pardon, including Otley. Let's go on. In the 20th anniversary special, The 5 Doctors, which of the 5 Doctors did not end up in the Death Zone on Gallifrey? Did not. The 4th Doctor, the 3rd Doctor, or the 5th Doctor? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. The 4th Doctor. And I want to say it's because Tom Baker wasn't in it. There we go. Otley confirmed it. Tom didn't want to do it. Yes, we are of one mind, fellow Whovian nerd, Otley. Yeah, Tom Baker didn't want to appear, and so therefore probably wasn't in the episode. Another one correct for Otley. You're going to get to pick the next category, and 48% of the game were correct. Let's go on. Question number 3 on Doctor Who, When the Doctor Met the Doctor. In Time Crash, a mini-episode broadcast during Children in Need in 2007, which past Doctor does the 10th Doctor encounter in the TARDIS? The 7th Doctor, the 6th Doctor, or the 5th Doctor? 10 seconds. The only one I would have known for sure. The correct answer is the Fifth Doctor, played by Peter Davison, I think. Yes, Time Crash, and they give wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey reasons as to why he looks older. And of course, David Tennant went on to marry Georgia Moffat, the real-life daughter of Peter Davison, who also played the Doctor's daughter in the episode The Doctor's Daughter, as the daughter of the 10th Doctor, who she married. It's all a bit weird and incestuous. Try not to think about it too hard. 3 for 3, Otley. Very well played. And 38% getting it right. We clear that. You've got 3 green lights and a free shot. The next question. Time to pick another category. It was a very funny episode. I did enjoy it. So, Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Toot and its special guests. The Pits by Cola. Cast members from Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Arun, or one more category with a swap available if you don't like any of them. Desert Bus for Hope by JR Plays Games. What are we going for? You have got a swap available. We're going for cast members from Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Arun Aromatics. Arun, you've gone dark blue on your border, so you'll get 3 free points, 100 pennies, but you won't be able to answer these questions. Cast members from Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by Arun Aromatics. Let's take a look and see where this is going. First question. Noel Edmonds as Noel. Which of the following is the name of a popular 1990s BBC entertainment show starring Noel Edmonds? Noel's House Party, Noel's Political Party, or Noel's Slumber Party? 10 seconds. Oh, I don't know what Noel's Political Party would be like. It's like the Monster Raving Loony Party on steroids. The correct answer, of course, Noel's House Party. Most of us getting that right, but not all of us, including Otley. You're up to 4 in the spotlight. Very well played. Let's go on to the next one. Keel Smith Bino as Keith. Keel Smith Bino does not have a lead role in which of the following sitcoms? Motherland, Ghosts, or Staff Lets Flats? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. Motherland. He does not appear in Motherland. In Ghosts, he plays Mike, and in Staff Lets Flats, he plays Dean. 40% or 38.7% were correct, including Otley. That's 5 right in a row. You're definitely going to get to pick the next category, Otley. One more question on cast members from Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap. Let's take a look. Kyle. Thank you, Clive. Emily Lloyd Saini as Kelly. Emily Lloyd Saini played Sarah in the Channel 4 series Back, a sitcom written by and starring which duo? Armstrong and Miller, Reeves and Mortimer, Mitchell and Webb. 10 seconds. This ended up being more of a broad television category here from a run. The correct answer there, Mitchell and Webb. And I'm going to sneeze again, I think. Hell's bells and buckets of blood. Right, yes, Mitchell and Webb. Thank you, chap. 15 getting that right, 48.39%. Arun getting 3 points. And Otley, you are storming through these. I think you've got the lead at the moment. 6 out of 6 so far. Still in the spotlight. And let's get you another category. I wonder where he might be going. Let's find out. So, special guests on Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap by 2. The Pits by Cola. Desert Bus for Hope by JR Plays Games. Still with a swap available. Michael Barrymore by Zeusless is your 4th category. Swap available, or you can pick one of those. We're getting rid of Desert Bus for Hope, and we're replacing it by Funny. It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. You must now pick one of those categories. Really? Might come back around, JR. You never know. We're going for Michael Barrymore by Zeus. Okie dokie, Zeus, your board has gone dark blue. 3 free points and 100 pennies, but you won't be able to answer these 3 questions. Well, let's take a look at our first question on Michael Barrymore. Everyone in the pool. That's very rude. First question. In Barrymore's game show Strike It Lucky, what was the usual answer to the question, what is a hot spot not? Not a good spot, not too hot, or not a lot? 10 seconds. Oh, what a wonderful question that is. And that's time, the correct answer. Oh, not a good spot. 77.5%. 24 getting it right. But Otley, it's your first foot wrong on this one. What is a hot spot? Not a good spot is what we wanted there. So that without good... It was not a good spot for Otley. It's your first one wrong. You must get the next 2 right, Otley, if you want to stay in the spotlight. Let's take another question on Michael Barrymore. What position did Michael Barrymore finish in Celebrity Big Brother 4? 3rd place, runner-up, or winner? 10 seconds. Who cares? And that is time. The correct answer. He was runner-up, Otley managing to save himself. I have no further information. I'm sure Zeus could furnish us with remarkable details on this. But yes, Otley, that is the right answer, along with 61% of you, 19 getting the right answer. Let's go on. One more question on Michael Barrymore. Pressure is still on to get this one right, Otley. If you get this one wrong, you will still be eliminated. Let's take a look. In 1986, Michael Barrymore won Rear of the Year alongside which woman? Sue Pollard, Annika Rice, Ulrika Johnson. 10 seconds. Oh, Chantel was a celebrity because she went on normal Big Brother. Normal Big Brother, I think. Is that Chantel who I'm thinking of? Might have been. In 1986, Michael Barrymore won Rear of the Year alongside which woman? Sue Pollard, Annika Rice, or Ulrika Johnson? The correct answer. Annika, if it's not what I've put, the selectors were wrong. It is what you've put. Annika Rice was the correct answer. And you save yourself in the spotlight. You're up to 8 spotlight points, Otley. And the next question is free. And you get to pick the next category. 17 players getting that one right in total. And Otley, yeah, 8 spotlight points. You can potentially get 4 more before you will be forcibly evicted from the spotlight. But for now, let's pick ourselves another category. Special guests on Channel 4's Cheap, Cheap, Cheap. I've now cut that out. The Pits by Cola Cola. Funny, It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. And one new one, Wrestling by Oni. That's a suspiciously short category title for Oni. We're going for the second Cheap, Cheap, Cheap category, this time written by Toot, who I don't think is in the game, but we'll get 100 pennies all the same. Free question here, Otley, so even if you get it wrong, you are still in control. Let's take a look at it. Many famous faces grace Noel Edmonds' fictional shopfront, including which Bucks Fizz performer? Cheryl Butcher, Cheryl Baker, or Cheryl Candlestick Maker? 10 seconds. What a great question. The correct answer is Cheryl Baker, 87% getting that right. Just 4 players dropping that one. And Otley, you're up to 9. And again, the next question is free. Butcher, Baker, or Candlestick Maker? It was Cheryl Baker. Next question on Cheap, Cheap, Cheap. Let's take a look. Comedy behemoth Bobby Davro did not do a hilarious impersonation of which of these people on the show? Paul O'Grady, Michael Barrymore, or Michael McIntyre? 10 seconds. Well, the stars are aligning on these packs. They're all interweaving with each other. Who did he not do an impression of? And that's time. The correct answer He did not do an impression of Michael Barrymore. There was one of Paul O'Grady and Michael McIntyre. I've never seen Cheap, 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 but I did go and look up the clip when I was proofing this one, and they are pretty good, actually. They're hilarious, but they're pretty spot on. But I'm a sucker for any impressions, really, to be honest. It's good, Otley. You are up to 10 out of 12 questions, and again, the next question is free, so you're going to get to pick the next category as well. Let's take a look at our final Cheap, Cheap, Cheap question. Oh, it's Bobby Davro. Okay, fair enough. Duly noted. Question 3. Let's take a look. Which of these Cheap, Cheap, Cheap guest stars did not also appear on Celebrity Big Brother? Wayne Sleep, Lionel Blair, Russell Grant. 10 seconds. D, as before. There's a lot of overlap in these packs, which are all independently written, it has to be said. At least as far as I'm aware, they're all independently written. The correct answer was Russell Grant. Totally going for Lionel Blair. Second foot wrong there, so pressure is on to get the next 2 questions correct. If you do get the next 2 questions correct, you'll be eliminated from the spotlight anyway. But let's see if we can get you up to 12 spotlight points before that happens. Bobby Davro also did, according to Duke, but I already mentioned him, which is already too much Davro content for one day. And apparently chat is in agreement, or at least Oni is in agreement with you there. 45% of you getting that one right. And Otley, it's time for another category. That's cleared both the Cheap, Cheap, Cheap. Yes, it has indeed. So, you got the Pits by Cola, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Prudes, Wrestling by Oni, and a new category, UEFA Euro 2020 by Lupine. Thought you might go for that one, and hey, here's Quizzy Dan with the raid. Dan, how you doing, man? Merry Quizmas to you and all the raiders coming in. Meredith Musing, Michael, Liari, Quizzy Dan. Hope you all are keeping well. How you doing, mate? I went on a nice hunt for a man. Did you really? Were you successful? How was the stream? How are things over your way tonight, Dan? Crosswords, was it tonight? Welcome, Catnip. Welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed, go Otley. Catnip, another one of my OQL teammates. Welcome on into the stream. How many OQL teammates have we got here tonight? Otley's obviously one. Nando's one. Catnip. Me, Otley. Catnip. Nando. Anyone else here is on my quiz team that I'm forgetting? It's Claire. Claire's not here tonight. Dave is not here tonight. Although other David has just arrived. David, welcome to the stream. Digital David, not on our quiz team, but equally lovely. How'd you get on? How was everything? Dan, there was a man on the grid. Oh, there was a man on the grid. Good to hear. Found him hiding in the corner. Well, thank you for that raid, Dan. You are just in time. If you want to come and join Spotlight, there is a QR code in the bottom left-hand corner and a room code in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you would like to come and take part, now's the opportunity to do so. Spotlight is the game of niche trivia. So we'll get a category and then 3 multiple choice questions on it. It's lots of fun. If you've not played before, it's a good one to ease you into the game night workings. For those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Royal Flush. We do interactive quiz streams over here on game night on Thursdays and Saturday evenings. Otley has just picked UEFA Euro 2020 as written by the Lupine one, so we're going to have 3 questions on this subject. 3 more in the database. 3 more. I think there was, I don't know. I'll have to go check the database. Anyway, let's take a look at this first question on UEFA Euro 2020. Who was awarded the Euro 2020 Golden Boot? Cristiano Ronaldo, Ciro Immobile, or Harry Kane? 10 seconds. And that is time. Pressure on Otley to get this one right. The correct answer is... he has done. Cristiano Ronaldo. 13 out of 32 were correct there. 40% of you. Otley, you've got 11. If you get the next one right, you'll get your maximum 12 and you'll be forced out of the spotlight. If you get it wrong, that'll be 2 out of 3 incorrect and you'll be forced out of the spotlight. So Otley, this is going to be your last question, but you've done a bloody good job so far. Let's take a look at it and hope you can get that maximum of 12. Here is the question. Who did Italy play in the opening game of Euro 2020 held at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome? Was it Wales, Turkey, or Switzerland? 10 seconds. And that is time, the correct answer. It was Turkey. You've done the 12. Very well played, Otley. You have cleared up 12 questions, only dropping 2 of them, I believe, in the entire run. And that concludes your time in the spotlight. We may very well see you later on. If you have the high score, which is 12, which can only be tied now, can't be beaten, we may see you in the spotlight final. But for now, that's a very, very good run, and we may see you later on. A couple of people, David. I don't think it's happened very often. I think Sam might have done it. I'd need to check the leaderboard, but yes, it doesn't happen very often though. Okay, yes, time for someone to step into those massive boots. The pips have gone yellow to indicate that that is the score that has been set. Anything less than that won't get you into the final, but let's see if someone can at least match it. Let's put another player into the spotlight. JR, you are in the spotlight. Press the button to let us know you are still here. And there you are. We saw one of your potential packs coming up earlier on. Obviously, you won't be able to pick your own. But you've got one question to answer on UEFA Euro 2020 by Lupine before you get the option to pick your own. Let's take a look at the final question. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the matches that were originally scheduled to be played in Bilbao were moved to which other Spanish city? Was it Madrid, Barcelona, or Seville? 10 seconds. To answer your question, Colin, if a pack is live, the author of the pack cannot be selected. If the pack has been revealed and is the option for a category and someone gets in, then the author cannot select it. So, nor can they swap it. I think is how the logic works. So if your pack's in play and someone goes out of the spotlight, you're not going to get into the spotlight. If it's on the wall, the category wall, then you won't be able to select if you come in halfway through a cycle. So that has been accounted for. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the matches that were originally scheduled to be played in Bilbao were moved to which other Spanish city? Madrid, Barcelona, or Seville? The correct answer was Seville, and JR getting it right. That's a good start. One question in the bag. And let's go back to our category board for your first selection, JR. Players getting that one right. The Pits by Cola, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Prugs, Wrestling by Oni, Swap is available, and your fourth category. Have I got news for you? Guest presenters by Topper One Gaming. Straight in on Wrestling by Oni. Oni is in the game? Yes, over there on the right hand side. Your board has gone blue, Oni, so you won't be able to answer these questions, but you get 100 pennies and 3 free points. Let's take a look at some questions on wrestling. Which of the following is not an Olympic wrestling category? Greco-Roman, shoot, or freestyle? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Shoot is not a wrestling style. Greco-Roman and freestyle both are, but shoot is not. Good answer from JR, and 78% getting that right. 25 out of 32. Let's have another. Come on, button. Let's take a look. Outside of Japan, which country has the most sumo wrestlers promoted to Yokozuna rank? United States, Mongolia, or China? 10 seconds. No, from Oni, shoot, actually, basically actual fighting in pro wrestling speak. Aha. Oh, shoot, says Topper. Very good. Outside of Japan, which country has the most sumo wrestlers promoted to Yokozuna rank? The correct answer is Mongolia. JR getting another one. That's 3 for 3. Next question is free, so you will get to pick the next category. Let's see if you can make it a perfect set of 3 questions on wrestling. Take a look. In which year was WWE's flagship show WrestleMania first held? 1988, 1982, or 1985? 10 seconds. I'd have to work this out backwards, because I have a feeling WrestleMania 25 was 2010, and the only reason I know that is because there was a Shawn Michaels Undertaker fight, which the Undertaker won to make it. He was still undefeated at that point. He beat Shawn. I think he beat Shawn Michaels, and I have a feeling I watched that in a branch of Threshers when I was supposed to be at work at said branch of Threshers, and I have a feeling I was doing my master's degree at the time, which suggests that was 2010, and if it was WrestleMania 25... Oh, 25 and 26. Well, it suggests it's about 25 years before that, which suggests it's 1985. And indeed it is. I'd have gotten there. Nice. Oh, we just had 40, but that would make sense, yes, because 2025 would then be 41. No drama for JR there, getting 3 on the wrestling category. Let's go back to the category board. The Pits by Cola. Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. Have I Got News for You? Guest presenters by Topper One Gaming. Swap is available to you. One new category, Star Wars by Stilgard Ken. We're going for Have I Got News for You? Guest presenters. We had, well, I won't say the name, but there was a reference to someone in Have I Got News for You land in an earlier game of The Purge, also by Topper. Topper won't be able to answer these, but he gets 100 pennies and 3 free points. Let's see how JR gets on with these. First question. Who guest presented Have I Got News for You 4 times before later becoming British Prime Minister? Was it Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, or Gordon Brown? 10 seconds. Topper saying, Ben, I dare you not to say anything about politics after revealing the answer. The correct answer is Boris Johnson, who hosted it 4 times between 2002 and 2006, all before he became Mayor of London. Liz Truss and Gordon Brown have never hosted Have I Got News for You, and I love Have I Got News for You. Sorry, I'm going to fail your dare, Topper. I love Have I Got News for You, but it has got a lot of responsibility for the resultant Johnson administration. It's got a lot to answer for that. In much the same way The Apprentice has a lot to answer for Donald Trump, I think, personally. That's not really political. It's on the periphery, maybe. Boris Johnson is the right answer. No problem for JR there. Let's go on to another question. Which Have I Got News for You episode is my favourite? I really like the one that Benedict Cumberbatch hosted in 2010. Any that David Tennant hosts are always good yarn. And I'm not going to say any more, just in case it comes up as the next question. But I do like Have I Got News for You, and I'll try and think of a more substantive answer for you, Zeus. Let's take a look at the next question. With 41 appearances, which comedian has made the most appearances as a guest presenter on Have I Got News for You? Is it David Mitchell, Jack D, or Alexander Armstrong? 10 seconds. Jack D was in the quiz earlier on. I wonder if he's the answer to this question. The correct answer is... He's not. It's Alexander Armstrong. David Mitchell's hosted 13 times, Jack D 17. Alexander Armstrong has hosted 41 times. He's hosted 1 episode every series apart from 5. I'm assuming apart from 5 series it is. I don't think he's been in the current series, which is currently still airing. I don't recall seeing him in this one. Which Alexander Armstrong episode have I Got News for You is your favourite? Oh, that's a tough question. I know you're being facetious, Zeus, but I probably have got one. Can't think of one just off the top of my head. It's the first step wrong for JR though. JR going for Jack D on that one. Incorrect answer. You must get the next 2 correct in order to stay in the spotlight. One more on Hignify guest presenters. Let's take a look. Came up in the chat a minute ago. During Bruce Forsyth's first appearance as guest presenter, he hosted a parody round with what title? Play Your Russian Cards Right. Play Your Bosnia Cards Right. Or play your Iraqi cards right. 10 seconds. Oh, God. And that's time. Correct answer. Play your Iraqi cards right. In relation to the Iraq War, which was happening at the time, each card had Iraqi politicians and military personnel and a card value. Panelists played using normal play your cards right rules. 75% getting it right, and JR managing to save himself. He is going to get to pick the next category, then must get the next question correct. You're up to 6 so far, JR. You've got to try and match Otley's 12, which would require you to get a perfect score on the next 2 packs, and then I think it goes to highest score overall, though I still haven't checked the logic for how that works. Let's find out as we go to our next category. The Pits, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky, and Star Wars are all up for grabs. I think you've still got a swap available. Your 4th category, Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend. You do still have a swap available if you don't like any of them. We're getting rid of Russian Mountains by Clive to be replaced with Japanese Pro Wrestling by Oni. Even more wrestling, even more Oni. And that is the one we're going for. So 2 cheap packs and 2 wrestling packs. Oh, I sounded a lot like Tywin Lannister there. Japanese Pro Wrestling by Oni. Another 100 pennies and 3 free points to Oni here. Fun. Yeah, indeed so. Let's see what you make of it. You must get this first question right, JR, to stay in the spotlight. Let's take a look. Which of these is the name of a real Japanese wrestling company? Pro Wrestling Noah, Pro Wrestling David, or Pro Wrestling Jacob? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It's Pro Wrestling Noah. JR saving himself. Next question is going to be free. Even if you get this one wrong, it won't be 2 out of 3 incorrect. And saving himself in the spotlight up to 7 spotlight points. Let's take a look at your next Japanese Pro Wrestling question. Which wrestler fought Muhammad Ali in a wrestler vs. boxer match in 1976? Was it Rikidozen, Antonio Inoki, or Tatsumi Fujinami? 10 seconds. And that is time. The correct answer. Antonio Inoki. Another correct answer from JR. Up to 8 spotlight points. 43.75% getting that one right. One more question on Japanese Pro Wrestling. JR is going to get to pick the next category. Let's take a look at the last question of this one. Which of these is the technical description of the Destino? The Destino finishing move of the 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya. Oh, bloody hell. Hang on. I'm going to try reading that again. Which of these is the technical description of the Destino finishing move of the 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya Naito? Thank you, Ed. Kneeling belly to belly pile driver, half Nelson somersault reverse DDT, jumping 3/4 face lock bulldog. 10 seconds. Adrian Lewis, welcome to the stream, my dude. I actually know what some of those are. I know what a pile driver is. I know what a DDT is. I'm not sure I know what a bulldog is. So, I know a clothesline is where you run with your arm out. I feel like I probably should know what a bulldog is. Anyway, correct answer. Half Nelson somersault reverse DDT, and JR absolutely bang on, along with 40% of the players in the game. Up to 9 spotlight points. You need another 3 to match Otley and be forcibly evicted from the spotlight. Let's go back to the category board and select our next category. No swap available. You've got the Pits, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky, Star Wars, or Terry Pratchett's Discworld by Ardenfets. No swap. What are you going for? We're going for Discworld by Arden Fetz, who is over there on the left-hand side. 100 pennies and 3 points in this game to you, Arden Fetz, so you won't be able to answer any of these questions. Let's see what JR makes of these. Here is the first. Sometimes described as fluorescent greenish yellow purple, the colour of magic in Discworld is more commonly called what? Octarine, Luminite, or Shadowcho? 10 seconds. Sorry, Octarine, Luminate, or Shadowcho? It's the eight messages not being lost on me. Octa, 8, and Ocho, all references to 8, but the correct answer there was Octarine. You're up to 10 out of 12 now, JR. 10 spotlight points. The next question is free. Let's see what you make of this. What is the first name of Mr. Ian Founderson, constable and later captain of the City Watch? Turnip, radish, or carrot? 10 seconds. Octarine of time. And that is time. I'm just going to go and check in with the Spotlight leaderboard on the website just to see where we're all up to with things. Leaderboards and medal tables. Spotlight leaderboard. JR has been here before, got 6 in the final. He's looking for another attempt at the Spotlight leaderboard. If he can match Otley's 12, then he may have a chance of doing that. The correct answer is carrot. Where are you, Jay? You're up there with 16. Otley's on 18. So Otley currently has the lead on points. I think that's how it does count back. And if it doesn't, I might try and force it to do that. Possibly. Because just in the interest of fairness, if you can match 12, I think it might be better to try and give Otley a go, since you have been on the leaderboard before. But we'll see if you can get there first of all, because you've got to match as 12. Carrot was the right answer. You did get that one right. Let's see. It's a free question either way. I can't remember if this is the last pack, though, but let's find out as we look at our third Discworld question. The witches Granny Weatherwax, Nanny Og, and Margaret Garlic are generally found at which locale? Lancre, Ankh-Morpork, or Uberwald? 10 seconds. And that is time. The correct answer. Wow, not very many people getting that one right at all. Lancre is the answer. JR currently on 11. Must get their next question right. Just 6 players getting that. The thing I know about those answers, Ankh-Morpork is the name of the city or the country that it's set in. Is that right? Is it Ankh-Morpork? It's the name of the place. Someone who knows more about Discworld than me. My only knowledge of I've read, I think, the Colour of Magic. Was it The Light Fantastic? Might have been The Colour of Magic when I was about 15. I played the game. City-State, largest on the disc. Thank you, Ed. Lancre, however you pronounce that, is the answer. Let's clear that down. It looks like we are going for another category. So, JR, you've got to get one more right. You've got to get the next one right. So the next question will be your last either way. If it's wrong, you finish on 11. If it's right, you will be ejected on the maximum of 12. But let's see what happens as we go back to the category board for what I think is the final time. The Pits, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky, Star Wars, or Intellectual Property Law by Arun Aromatics. We've had enough pop culture in this game. We are going for IP law as written by Arun. 100 pennies and 3 free points to you, Arun. Let's see how JR gets on. We had a lot of pop culture and sport. Time for something on law. An exciting category to end. I think this is the 10th category. Let's find out. Here's your first question on intellectual property law by Arun Aromatics. Which of the following names was successfully trademarked in 2018 despite legal action having previously been raised by the rapper Dr. Dre? Was it Dr. Dre, Dr. Ray, or Dr. David Van Day? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer... Oh! JR, it wasn't a rug pull. It was just Dr. Dre. I even said it. Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre. You finish on 11, so we're not going to have the bother of the, is my logic going to work correctly? You're finishing on 11 in the spotlight, but you have got 2 out of 3 incorrect. But a jolly good run there. Overthunk it. Landed on the wrong answer. Bad luck. 75% getting it right, but unfortunately, after a great run there, 11 spotlight points. JR, I'm afraid you've been ejected from the spotlight. But a good hustle. Otley still with the lead of 12. I don't know that we've got enough questions left for that to be beaten, but we've got to put someone in the spotlight for at least 2 more questions. Well, let's take a look and see who it's going to be. Stimpson's Angle. Press the button to let us know you're still here. There you are. Welcome to the game. It might be you're only getting 2 questions here, Stimpson's Angle. Let's find out. You may get to pick a category. I've not been keeping track, and I'm still not logging how many categories have gone, which is really silly. I must do that. Here's your next question on IP law. To show support for a Welsh brewery who had been issued a cease and desist letter for alleged passing off, the comedian Joe Lycett changed his name by deed poll to which of these in 2020? Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss, or Tommy Hilfiger? 10 seconds. I agree with you, David. It is a great question. I remember this saga back from the days when I used Twitter. The correct answer was Hugo Boss. Yes, he legally changed his name to Hugo Boss. Joe Lycett has often done to show support for the little guy, as it were, using his platform for good against the forces of evil conglomerates the world over. Hugo Boss was the correct answer, and it's the right answer from Stimpson's Angle. Let's play on. Last question on IP law. The UK Supreme Court case Activist vs Eli Lilly concerned Sildenafil. Sorry, I'm reading my text incorrectly. Sildenafil. The UK Supreme Court case Activist vs Eli Lilly concerned Sildenafil, a drug more commonly known by what name? Prozac, Valium, or Viagra? 10 seconds. Sildenafil. Really? Sildenafil. Stress in the middle, is it? Thank you, Mark. Sildenafil. And time. The correct answer is Viagra. Simpsons Angle getting it right, but just out of time. Only time for the 2 questions, because that is 10 packs, 30 questions, and it is time for the Spotlight final. Good start for you, Stimpson's Angle. Hopefully you'll get another opportunity in the Spotlight in the future. But for now, we do have to eliminate you with a score of 2. Never change. I won't. I will never change. Anyway, pack limit has been reached. It's time for the final. Simpsons Angle got 2. JR got 11. It's Sotley managed all 12. So it's time for our Spotlight finalist, who is Otley. Press the button. Let us know you're here. Welcome back to the Spotlight. A perfect, well, not quite a perfect run. There were a couple of wrong answers, but you did manage to get the full score of 12. The lights around the Spotlight ring have now changed from 12 to 10. You're going to get 1 further question on each of the question categories that we've already seen, and this is for a place on the leaderboard. You can no longer be eliminated at this point, so wrong answers don't count against you, other than diminishing the potential high score. I can tell you but the leaderboard currently stands as follows. Cola has 4. JR and Brig both managed 6. Nando and Sam both managed 7. The leader is currently Vixen with 8 out of 10. That's the best we've had so far. Let's see if you can equal or better that as we look at 10 further questions on the categories we've already seen. Authors, you will not be prevented from answering these questions, so you may answer these freely. If you can remember what you wrote, great, that's worth an extra point, but you don't get it automatically. Okay? It's Spotlight Knowledge by the Game Night community, and the very best of luck to It's Sotley, Trivia Coleman teammate. let's see how he does with this final pass. First question. Doctor Who and the Doctor met the Doctor by the Lupine One. The episode Twice Upon a Time, in which the 12th Doctor encounters the First Doctor, first aired on Christmas Day of which year? 2016, 2015, or 2017? 10 seconds. Really was frightening, isn't it, Topper? Correct answer. 2017. One of my favourite Christmas episodes. I like a lot of the Christmas episodes. I'm going to try and watch quite a few of them over the next few days. But yeah, it was 2017 where Peter Capaldi's Doctor regenerated into Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and the writing went slightly down the toilet thereafter. But it was a good episode with David Bradley taking on the role of the late William Hartnell as the First Doctor, and Mark Gatiss in a supporting role as well. Great episode, would recommend. But yes, 2017 is when that first aired. No problem for Otley. Let's move on. Question number 2. Cast members from Channel 4's Cheap 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 by a run. Alex Lowe as Barry. Alex Lowe features in the Angelos and Barry podcast. Which of these people also appears in that podcast, playing the character Angelos Epithemio? Frank Skinner, Dan Skinner, or Mike Skinner? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. It's Dan Skinner. I have no further information, but 15 out of 32 were correct, including Otley. That is 2 for 2 in the Spotlight final. Very well played. More Cheap 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 coming up shortly, but for now, we go on to question number 3, which is Michael Barrymore by Zeus. What is Michael Barrymore's real surname? Baker, Parker, or Bowler? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. Michael Parker. And another correct answer for Otley there. 3 out of 3. 14 out of 32 getting it right in total. Otley up to 24. Let's just take a look at those scores while the numbers are up high. So there's a number of 24s dotted around. There's one over there at the bottom on the left. Otley's got a 24. Another on the right. I think that's Topper. And I thought I saw one more. There was also a 25 up there for Oni. Remember, we can split gold, silver and bronzes, so there's still medals available as well as the leaderboard. The focus is on Otley, currently chasing a leaderboard position, but of course medals are also available, gold, silvers and bronzes, for how you place overall in your question count. Correct. Or correct question count. He's now Michael Parker-less. Very good. 4th question for you, Otley. Let's take a look. Special guests on Channel 4's Cheap 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 by Now Cut That Out. Cheap 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 guest star Vicky Michelle played Yvette Carte Blanche in which classic sitcom? Was it Allo Allo? Oh No, It's Selwyn Froggatt? Or Keeping Up Appearances? 10 seconds. And that is time. The correct answer. Hello, hello. 4 out of 4 so far for Otley, and you are matching Cola in 6th place on the leaderboard with that. 65.63% getting that right. 21 out of 32. So we approach the halfway point. That is all the Cheap 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 for this quiz as we come to question number 5 on the subject of UEFA Euro 2020 by Lupine. Who refereed the Euro 2020 final between Italy and England? Was it Howard Webb, Pierluigi Collina, or Bjorn Kuipers? However you pronounce it. 10 seconds. Kuipers. Thank you, Lewis. And that's like Quavers, Bjorn Quavers. It was Bjorn Quavers as it happens, or Kuipers if you prefer. And Otley managing 5 out of 5, though those are all the categories that Otley picked in the front half of the game when he was in the spotlight originally. 15 out of 32 getting that right. It's the bloke who's not English, Italian, or retired. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Bjorn Kuipers was the correct answer. A few 26s now dotted around on the left. Otley also on 26, Oni on 26, Topper on 26. There's a 25 there as well. We'll look at the full leaderboard in just a mo. Halfway through, Oni now on 5 in a clear 5th place. Let's see if we can get him any higher as we go to question number 6. Wrestling by Oni. Which of these wrestling holds is a leg-based submission? Chicken wing, Boston crab, full Nelson. 10 seconds. And that is time. The correct answer. So that's where the I that appeared in Topper's question came from. Eh? Oh, enjoy the wrestling. I needed to check that. That was the last question of the purge. I'll go look at that in a minute. Correct answer was the Boston Crab. Otley 6 out of 6. 19 out of 32 correct. Just shy of 60% of you. Yeah, the full Nelson is a stranglehold, I believe. Or is it an arm thing? Chicken wing, I'm assuming, is an arm thing. Is full Nelson is around the neck, isn't it, Oni? Is that a Nelson? So tastes of tea. What? Oh, Boston Crab does. Oni's going to furnish us with details. I think chicken wing is an arm. Everyone is doing the... Oh, full Nelson's 2 arms behind the head. Okay. So I'm thinking of a sleeper hold, obviously. That's a sleeper hold. Boston Crab is right. 6 out of 6, Otley. You are now tied in 4th on the leaderboard in the exquisite company of Sam and... No, beg your pardon, of Brig and JR. 1 more question will tie you up with Sam and Nando. 2 more ties you with Vixen. And 3 more gives you a unique top spot. Haven't had a new leader of Spotlight for a while. Let's see how you get on with this next question. Let's have I Got News for You guest presenters by Topper. After Angus Deaton was fired as presenter in October 2002, who was the first guest presenter the following episode? Was it Paul Merton, Anne Robinson, or Ross Noble? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer is Paul Merton, and you got 7. You're now tied in 2nd with Nando and Samster with 3 questions to go. Yeah, he was given the role last minute after Deaton was fired due to multiple scandals about him in the press. Ross Noble was guest team captain during this episode, and Anne Robinson guest presented the episode after. Very well done, Otley. You're up to 7 out of 7, and you've still got the lead in the main game, so in line for a gold medal to go with your leaderboard position at the moment. But with 3 questions to go, can you hang on to it? What have we got? We've got Japanese pro wrestling, and then IP law and something else. Let's take a look at question number 8. Japanese pro wrestling by Oni. New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show of the year, Wrestle Kingdom, takes place in which month? Is it June, January, or July? 10 seconds. Yes, they do, David. Hard agree. In fact, I'm probably going to go and watch last week's Have I Got News for You after this stream, because I haven't seen it yet. That is time. The correct answer. We have a joint leader with Otley. 8 out of 8. The answer is January. 12 out of 32 getting that one right. Otley, you've tied the top of the leaderboard with 8 questions. You have got 2 questions to go. Always January the 4th, 5th. Thank you for the extra info there, Oni. With 2 questions to go, either of them correct will give you a clear top position and a brand new unique leader on the board. If you get both of them, then you will never be surpassed. Unless I change the rules of the game, you could only be beaten. Question number 9. Let's take a look. It's on Terry Pratchett's Discworld by Ardenfett. What kind of animal rides atop the star turtle Great Atuin through the cosmos, supporting the weight of the disc on their backs? What kind of animal rides atop the star turtle Great Atuin through the cosmos, supporting the weight of the disc on their backs? Rhinoceros, hippopotamus, or elephant? 10 seconds. And that's time. Oh, is it the wrong way around? Is it the wrong way around? No, turtle's at the bottom. Correct answer is elephants. One thing I did know, I know there's an elephant and a turtle. I can't remember which way around. Yeah, there's 4 elephants, because there's one of the novels is called The Fifth Elephant, which is a play on The Fifth Element. So it's a turtle and then 4 elephants. 4 elephants on the back of the turtle. Yeah, so... Oh, hello, Bruce. You're in time for question number 10, the last question of the game. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but I think there's 4 elephants. Welcome on in, Bruce. Just in time for the end of the stream. But hope Panto's all going well for you. But yeah, either way, Otley, new Spotlight leaderboard. First place position holder. Hooray. 9 out of 9 with 1 question to go. If you can do this, then you'll take the leaderboard top spot forever until I change the rules. Very best of luck. Here it is. It's on intellectual property law by Arun Aromatics. Which musician was given a songwriting credit on the Beach Boys hit Surfin' USA due to the perceived similarity between that and the song Sweet Little 16? Was it Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, or Buddy Holly? 10 seconds. And that's time. Oh, hello, Tipster. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Steve. Isn't it Clyde? Welcome to the stream, Tipster. Just in time for the end. Hope you're keeping well. The correct answer is Chuck Berry. Is 1 wrong. Just the last question eluding you there, Otley. But a tremendous performance overall. Getting yourself 9 out of 10 in the Spotlight final and 30 overall. It's going to be enough for a silver medal, because I see Oni has just managed to crawl into the lead with 31. Will take the gold. There's a couple of 30s in there which will split the silvers, and a couple of 29s which will make up the bronzes as well. But a tremendous run. 12 questions correct on your initial pass, and then 9 out of 10 in the final. And stepping up the streets, welcome to the game. There are no more questions, I'm afraid. We're not having spontaneous Spotlight after scheduled Spotlight tonight. But that is the end of the game, and Otley finishes on a score of 9. Clap, 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 clap. Very well played, Otley. A new leader, a new champion on the Spotlight leaderboard, displacing Vixen at the top with 8 out of 10 and taking 9 out of 10. There is still room for that to be bested. Can anyone get 10 out of 10 in the Spotlight final? We will have to wait and see, but once we've done that, we'll have completed Spotlight. Just a quick reminder that there are 18 packs remaining, which means we've got enough at the moment for... Well, and welcome to the game, Sam, as well. We've got enough for 1 more full game of Spotlight. After that, we're going to need more packs. So if you are interested in writing for this game, it's a really good one to start writing with, even if you haven't written for game night before. Head on over to the Discord and get yourself the question writer role and get your packs sent in to me. It's dead simple to do Spotlight questions, and more are always appreciated. Let's just take a look at the final scores. It's Help getting the gold, Otley and Rias getting the silver, Toplight and Timbrook Taylor sharing the bronze. 31, 30 and 29, those top scores, so very well done indeed. Otley, a silver medal to go with your leaderboard position, and those are the points. We'll multiply them by something and give you pennies. Is it by 5? Is it by 5? Gameplay manager. multiplied by 10. It's times 10. Obviously, it's told you on the app because obviously everyone knows. Good stuff. And yeah, well done to our medalists as well. That data should have been added on. I'm going to roll the credits, come back to the camera, and then wrap up stream because it is 11 o'clock and I need to go and have some food and then get to bed. Thank you all for the contributions of the questions to that game. Everybody who, or the authors who contributed to the various packs that we've seen over that game. And JR giving us a really good run, getting 11. Simpsons Angle managing to get 2 just at the end. Otley, though, with the 12. Taking a silver medal. Well done to Oni as well on getting the gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Welcome to the stream. You're very welcome. First time chatter there, I think. Welcome to you. Glad you enjoyed it. Lovely to have you with us. And that's it. That has been Spotlight. I'll see you on the camera just for the stream wrap up in a few minutes. But congratulations to Ollie, our new Spotlight leaderboard champion. See you in a few. And that wraps up scheduled Spotlight and another Thursday stream here at Game Night with only one more left in Season 16. It's going to be this Saturday at 8 PM, along with the 14th game of Quiz. In fact, just the 14th game of Quizmas plus Crossfire, which I need to write at some point. Thank you very much to all of the writers who've contributed to this evening's stream and all the proofing team as well. I hope that you've all had fun and enjoyed yourself. Sorry, I've been a bit ill. can't be helped, but you've cheered me up and made me feel a bit cheerier about it. And I say things are generally positive at the moment. It's nearly Christmas, which is great. Stream please better from my lawyer. Duly noted. A run and duly noted, Shapes. I look forward to hearing from a run in due course, and I apologise profusely. There are a lot of penny cash-ins coming in. I will do all of those before I close down the controller. Remember, the penny prize draw is going to be on Saturday, so opportunity to cash in your micro pennies now. You can cash in a 100 and a 500 per stream. So cash them in now, and I'll pay them all out before I close down the software, and then we'll pick up again on Saturday for the season finale, season 16 finale, and then I will be back in the new year. In the interim, of course, you have got Ash tomorrow with some more Quizmas. You've got Topper on Sunday closing out Quizmas. So go give them a follow if you want even more opportunity to win some Quizmas prizes. All that's left for me to do at this point is pick a raid message. We're going to go raid my friend Nico Hart if he is still there. Looks like he is. Hurrah! He is playing There Is No Game. So it's like fun. Nico's a good guy. Friend of the community. He's appeared on a couple of things in the past. I've got a few highlighted messages here. Sitting in a tree. Inquisition. Ben has a girlfriend. Thank you for the follow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Very grateful to you. I quizzed a girl and I liked it. Don't purge Santa. Purge the halls of boughs of holly. Hot tub quiz machine. As the reindeer flies. I like that. Batman Madagascar. 7 sneezes to an orgasm. That's quite funny. Slough bells ring. Are you listening? The merry wives of Slough. Button fingers. Cheap, 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 cheap. Purging my spotlight for Christmas and now it's minty fresh. And hashtag quiz. Just coming in at the end there. Kevin Duets has just beaten Michael Smith. Right. Is that darts, Samster? It sounds like darts. I really like the Merry Wives of Slough. Okay, good. Thank you. This is why I limited it to 3 messages per person. The Merry Wives of Slough or 7 sneezes to an orgasm are the 2 leaping out at me. I bet you can't print star, star, star. Oh, which one do I want to go for? It's gonna be that one. It's the Merry Wives of Slough. It's Otley. I'm going to give you 100 pennies for coming up with that. Otley _ 100. I really should make it do that automatically when I pick a raid message. Always more things to do. Hashtag the Merry Wives of Slough is what we're going to go and say to my friend Nico Hart, who's playing There Is No Game. I'm going to be back on Saturday with the Season 16 finale. I hope you'll come and join me for that, and I hope you'll come and join Ash's stream tomorrow and Topper's stream on Sunday for even more Quizmas action. Until then, enjoy the last remaining fragments of your week. If you're already off for Christmas break, then make sure you get some nice rest and relaxation, because you deserve it. I'm going to go and try and feel better soon. Thank you as well to everyone for all the kind words of support tonight. Let's go raid Nico Hart and say the Merry Wives of Slough. Until next time, everybody, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. I've been Royal Flush, you've been watching Game Night. And until Saturday, if not before, take care, peace out, and good night.
Oh my God! Oh.